Poppy, darling. How are you? I still have my overlay up. Hey, Steven, the reseller channel. What is up with you guys? How are you? How are my people? I want to know. What do you want to talk about on the show? We're just going to be talking about a lot of different things, y'all. Because that's how we roll over here. So Stephen Stearns is going to prison. The Madeline Sodo case. Sheila. Hello, Sheila. I love your sunflower. It is really cool. Really, really cool. I'm not going to spend my whole life talking about Ernie, but I do want to play where he called the people from the Innocence Project. He says that he called the Innocence Project, and I don't know if he really did or not. I'm not going to compare other individuals that he's called to see if the, freaking voices are the same or whatever. Damn. What is up, Cheddar Bobby? Where have you been? Have you been hanging out with other cheeses, have you, lady? For sure. It's good to see you. It's always good to see everybody in chat. Debbie Ho is in the house. Debbie Ho is in the house. For sure. I love everybody who comes into chat. We have such great conversations over here. For sure. Without you guys, I would be nothing. Nothing. For real. So, yeah, I had Lisa on my channel one day. I had Ernie on my channel the next day. They kind of spent that time talking about each other and how they are each driving each other crazy. And, I did learn some things because I don't, look, how can I put this? I don't really watch Lisa and Ernie going after each other. I really don't. I don't have that history. I don't want that history. I do not want history like that. When I am gone and Jesus takes the wheel, I do not want my children going, why was mom following this shit? Oh, you have? Well, I hope you're better, Cheddar. Mustang Granny. Hashtag love Granny. We love you over here, Mustang Granny. Thank you, Poppy. Thank you. So, yeah, we're just hanging out talking about anything we want to talk about. Because that's the way we roll over here. So, this is what really surprised me. Jennifer Sodo did not come to court. She never showed up in court for her freaking daughter. For her daughter. This man did horrible things to her daughter since her daughter was like 8 years old. At least we know that he videoed things that he was doing to this child since she was 8 years old. We don't know what he was doing before that maybe he didn't video at all. It is unbelievable. It's disgusting. I know Debbie's like, why are they letting them take the plea deal? Oh, I got to show you guys something. Let me find it. I have my watch later list pulled up. Where are you at? So they are getting ready to give this man the DP. He is ready to be executed. So this is what's up. So we can watch it together. Oh my gosh, we're gonna talk about Gary Busey. I know y'all know who Gary Busey. What? I'd have been there with a pitchfork and a touch. Oh, and a torch. Okay, so Gary Busey. We all know who freaking Gary Busey is. He is pleading guilty to sex crimes. And yes, you can talk about whatever you want in chat. Please dress your words up, okay? For real. I don't like to talk about other creators. That's just the way I am. Usually I'm pimping out everybody's channel. Yeah, something kind of made me feel weird about that with a certain creator. So I'm not going to do that anymore. So mods, please, the only channels you can drop the link anytime you want is to Diamonds, Flies, and Matthew. Those are the only three channels you can drop the link whenever you feel the need to. I do not mind. All the rest we'll do it as we go, for sure. Weird stuff. Iron Maiden lead singer. He did? No kidding. That's crazy, Steven. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I want to pull it up real quick. Iron Maiden singer. Wow. They've had like 4. Which one? Oh, the original one. Wow. Okay, we'll talk about that here in just a second. Maybe we'll play one of their songs. For sure. Okay, so first, and I'm not going to show you the video, but I'm definitely going to let you guys hear it. Let's have a discussion about it. So, this guy is on, I have to say, trigger warning, death row, right? Now, he has a pacemaker. So, they wanted the pacemaker stopped. They wanted a hospital to go in and, I guess, take the freaking battery out, right? Because what happens if you've got somebody that you're trying to unalive, and they have a pacemaker that's going to keep trying to kickstart their heart? Hey, little Deb. So it's a big discussion right now, only because the hospital or doctor said no. They said no. So I will say trigger warning on this. This is News Nation. Like I said, I'm going to play the audio, but not the video. Okay? We just started, little Deb. For real. Okay, here we go.
Device that shocks his heart back into normal rhythm when it goes haywire.
You can
And
hear
his
it,
lawyers
can't you?
say the device will go into overdrive when the state tries to kill him. Initially, the state called on a government-funded hospital to switch the gadget off just before the poison would start flowing into Byron Black's veins to try and avoid some trouble there. But the hospital refused. And the standoff continued until yesterday, when the state Supreme Court said, implant or no implant, the execution is on. So this guy, I believe he unalived 3 people. He is a triple red rummer. I'm joined now by Dr. Jonathan Groner, a pediatric trauma surgeon in Columbus, Ohio, and he's also written extensively on medical ethics and the role physicians play in capital punishment. So perfect guest. Thanks for being with us here tonight, Doctor. It appears this execution is likely going to proceed on Tuesday, whether this killer's implanted defibrillator is switched off or on or not. Tell us what you know about how it will respond to the lethal injection.
Okay, here we go. This is what's going to happen.
Thanks for having me on your show. I would say yes. Almost
Yes,
everybody
Gabby,
experiences
that's what I
fibrillation
thought.
where the heart goes haywire, as you say, when they're dying, and it will certainly deliver shock. And these can be really powerful shocks. I mean, there are cases where people are doing CPR and this thing fires and the person doing the CPR gets a shock. And I once had a patient tell me it's like a kick in the chest. So they're very powerful shocks.
Wow. So people doing CPR on individuals that have, why did my mind go blank? I'm out of candy. No, not defibrillator. My mind just went freaking blank. Pacemaker. So the pacemaker can actually shock someone giving CPR. I wonder what happens when if they use one of the, why is my mind going blank on all this stuff? Like the defibrillator, you know, they have the little kits now that you can actually give the patient a shock. I don't know how that would work. Somebody may get shocked bad.
Whether they happen when he's still conscious or not is sort of hard to say. Someone with a normal heart would probably be comatose by the time the drugs start flowing, but he doesn't have a normal heart. Because people with normal hearts don't need defibrillators. I mean, he could have his heart could go haywire, as you say, when he lies down on the gurney, when they're trying to do the IDs, when they're reading, his death sentence, so at any point. And if his heart doesn't restart, it keeps shocking until the battery finally dies. And also, it might make his body kind of spasm.
So he can be what? Brain dead? But it's still going to keep shocking. I don't know. This is crazy.
It could be kind of like the dead fish out of water thing where he just keeps flopping around. Not sure about that, but people.
Damn, what a way to describe it. Did you just hear what he said? It could be something like a fish flopping out of water. I know the guy is being unalive because of a triple red rum. What a way to describe that. Oh, he does, Mustang Granny? Does he do really well with it? I have a friend of mine who's got a pacemaker too, for sure. Good point, Debbie. Good point. Debbie, you are at the front of the class. Why would the state pay for a pacemaker for a dude on the D row?
So you say their bodies definitely contract in the upper body when the shock is delivered.
I mean, that is wild. And I'm wondering, because you have such expertise in this field, was the state within its rights to ask a hospital, help us with this execution? And is a hospital within its rights to say no for that matter?
So I'm actually writing a book about this right now. It's called The Hippocratic Paradox, because here you have this paradox where people with medical expertise could, in theory, help with an execution, but they're ethically forbidden from doing so. So they're kind of stuck. I think doctors are within their rights to refuse to do something that will cause the execution of a patient, and whether the state's within its rights to ask the hospital to do that, I think is a legal matter that I can't say. But I do think that the execution might be one of the more grisly lethal injections we've seen because of this thing is going to keep shocking him. And I do think that, just sort of existentially, to let someone die and restart their heart and have them die again would be sort of like having a noose and, tightening it on someone to kill them and then loosening it up and tightening it again. So it's.
Wow. Okay, so this dude is basically saying that they're going to give this guy poison and the pot, what, he's not gonna pass away from it. That's crazy. So let me ask you guys this, just for conversation purposes, and I should always do polls, and I apologize. I am just a freaking low budget, bitch, and I just can't seem to get any freaking thing done. Yes. Thank you, Deb. I will pin that. Deb tells us what a pacemaker is. Thank you, Deb. Okay. So, wow. Wowsy woo.
Don't settle for less.
Now, do you guys think that they should at least take the battery out of it? Do you think they should just do as is and be like, hey, leave it? I mean, that's weird. Yeah, well, I mean, if they're going to unalive him anyway, why let him go to medical and get a pacemaker? I'll check and see how long he's been on death row. We'll find out how long he's been on death row. Because this is kind of cray. Okay, you guys. Now, I know y'all are going to have opinions about this. And this is from a, let me take my banner down. I want you guys to see this. Hold on. Okay. So a mother reports her daughter missing. Her daughter is 12 years old. This is from WHIO. And wait till you see what transpires here. Let me make sure. I want to make sure you guys can hear it. This is horrible. Okay. So mom calls him and says, my 12-year-old's missing. Hey, crazy chicken lady. Hey, I clipped that, crazy chicken lady. I clipped it where Ernie was grooming me. I clipped it. I was like, I got it. Okay, so listen to this story. Let me turn closed caption on. Let me speed it up a little bit. This is for commentary purposes only. This is wild. All right, here we go.
Answers after police released her 12-year-old daughter during a traffic stop. The mother reported her missing days earlier. Bryn Caswell with our news partners in Columbus asked investigators what happened.
Disgusted. I was sick to my stomach.
That's how Megan Dunn describes the past 2 weeks. Her daughter, just 12 years old, reported missing to Columbus police back on July 16th. But it's this cell phone video taken by a bystander at Livingston and Fairwood that now raises serious questions about how officers handled the case.
They let her go. I have video footage of her and these officers, and they let that little 12-year-old girl that's been reported missing go. It's not okay. None of this is okay.
That video.
So they pulled over a vehicle with this 12-year-old girl in it who's been reported missing. Now, the girl on the screen right here, she just happened to video the stop.
Captured by bystander Deja Rutland.
Just looked at the video one time and knew that was that little girl.
Rutland recorded as police pulled 2 women and a man from a black Chevy Malibu, though it wasn't until the next day that she realized who the young girl might be.
I got on Facebook and the first thing I saw was that little girl's face, and my heart stopped.
Dunn confirmed the girl in the footage was her daughter, Chloe.
The fact that she was this close to fentanyl overdose and the police had her, no regard.
She was very close to overdosing on fent. That is exactly what she's saying. She was close to a fent overdose. 12 years old.
Had her, no regard for any of it. the negligence.
Columbus police asked questions,
How old are you?
but officers failed to recognize the girl they had in front of them.
She provided a wrong name and provided a false age of 15. The officers called her out on that, and she eventually provided her correct name at the
So she lied. This little girl lied, said I'm 15 years old. They knew she was lying. They call her out on it, and she gives them her name. Why didn't they run her name?
conclusion of that traffic stop. The officers arrested the adult male who had a felony warrant for a parole violation. They released the adult female, and they released from the scene of that traffic stop and allowed them to drive away.
Okay, now I apologize because I said there were two grown women. It was a male, a female, and this 12-year-old. Now, they're talking about the 12-year-old. Her mom reported her missing. Her mother reported her missing. So even knowing at 15, even if she told them she was 15, they knew she was lying. She says her real name. And even if she gave them the real name and they didn't check to see if she was 12, you got a 15-year-old who's maybe, possibly, allegedly overdosing on fent. Oh, yeah, mom cares. You better believe mom cares.
I gave it a crack pipe and a crack. Girl, get out. Get out of the car.
How did those officers not look at this little girl and register that maybe she shouldn't be with this adult person? She's already provided a fake name, that maybe we need to bring her in for further questioning.
That's all part of the internal affairs investigation. I wish I could answer that. I don't
There we go, internal affairs.
have that answer. I can't place myself in those officers' shoes.
Why do they do that?
Well, that's what we don't know. I will say that it wasn't until you sent us the cell phone video on Tuesday, the following day, that we even knew about the traffic stop.
Wow.
2 hours after I made police aware of the video.
Wow.
6 days since she was reported missing, the little girl was found by police.
So did I help make this possible?
You did, yeah, and we want to thank you
they
for providing that
found
video
her.
because we had no knowledge of it. Yes, we wish we handled the traffic stop differently. We wish that we would have been returned to her parents the day before.
Dunn says while her daughter is safe
So they did find her. They did find her. By the grace of God, they found her.
now, she's still waiting for another phone call.
I want an apology. I want you to say, you know what? We failed you and your family.
And that was great.
Wow, that's crazy, you guys. That's crazy. All right, what do you guys want to see? You want to see jellyfish, sharks, what? What should we have as our sidekick today? You guys tell me. You want to see baboons? Selling Uggs to the kids. Yeah, I mean, that it's everywhere, crazy chicken lady. All right, Poppy wants sharks. Let's find the shark with a piece of poop on it. Debbie loves that shark. She wants to see the shark with a piece of poop on it. Hold on, Debbie. I'll try to find him. I know he's here. I think that's him. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. We have our shark cam. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Shrooms and stuff. There are a lot of people who still take mushrooms and stuff. For sure, they do. They do. They do. Okay. Poopy shark. Yeah. I don't know if that's him. We'll have to see when. There he is, Debbie. There's Debbie Shark. His name is Poopy. Oh, you guys remember the show Jackass, right? Well, they ended up doing something on Shark Week, and there's a guy that they call Poopy that tried to jump over sharks in the ocean, and it didn't end well for him. Now he's alive, but yeah, it freaking almost bit his hand off. California back in the 80s, we had to worry about those tattoos. Well, my little brother died. They thought he got one. A tattoo of what? A tattoo of what, crazy chicken lady? And I'm sorry for the loss of your little brother, girl. They still don't really explain good why he passed me. Yeah, I know. I mean, my uncle was red rum. And I don't know. I need to go where he passed away at and look into that. It didn't make any sense because the guy who red run my uncle had previously been in a mental hospital for prior happenings, I'll say, and he got out, and he ended up red rumming my uncle for no reason. No reason. All right, wait, what was I going to show you guys? So mom calls, reports the daughter missing. Oh my goodness, was he young? I don't know his name though. I don't know his name, or I would look it up for you, crazy chicken lady. If you want to email me the little bit of information, I will gladly look it up. Teenage SIDS. Wow. He was 12. Oh my goodness, girl. I am sorry to hear that. I am so sorry to hear that. Did they think maybe he had maybe meant the tattoo? Yeah, email me, tell me a little bit, let me pull it up myself and do a little bit of research on it myself. Hey, Bomber Cat. Good to see you. Okay, so we got now, okay, so I'm going to do this and just get it freaking over with. So Ernie was on my panel, okay? Now, when he was on my panel, I mentioned the picture of, I thought it was the guy that did the, what's it called? I can't even think today. The Den. Hang on, I've got it right here on my watch later. The Devil's Den State Park. And I got my cases confused. I got my freaking cases confused. I thought Lisa, well, you know, Lisa mentioned the picture. I went to her community post. I freaking showed it. But the Devil's Den guy was a different guy, and she didn't believe he unalived or was around that one. But let me tell you guys something, and this is the truth, and I'm not saying this to be mean to Lisa K, but Lisa's kind of came over here and talked about a couple cases that she kind of thought Ernie could be around. That's the way I took it anyway. Okay. So I got confused. Now, when Ernie was on my panel, I said, Lisa, if I got it wrong, I'll apologize. Well, then, and I'm good with apology. Hang on. Sounds like somebody's knocking on my door. Hang on. So, I don't know. Ernie got really freaking triggered. Ernie got really triggered. Now, it didn't help. Let me see if I can find this. It did not help that let me see if I can find it. I probably can't find it now. But somebody had tagged Ernie. I can't remember what her name was. Tagged Ernie and told him to watch my live where Lisa was up there the day before and was telling Ernie that he needed to keep an eye on Lisa. Oh, hang on. Let me see that. Hold on. For sure. Okay. So, so this girl leaves a comment and she's like, Ernie, it's very serious. Da 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 da. Okay. Talking about Lisa, saying, you know, Lisa's destroying him. And so I think that might have just helped push him a little bit, you know. And so he kind of started freaking out some. And he decides that he is going to call the Innocence Project. Now, the thing about it is, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, when a couple other people were, you know, trying to help Shelby, they also were involved with the Innocence Project. So I'm not going to say that they're not involved at all. I don't know if they are or not. So this is from a channel called Chica 422. Let's give her credit here. I'll pull it up here in a minute. Well, wait a minute. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Remain calm. I'll drop her link in just a second. What? You've been called worse than what? Who's calling who what? Okay, so this is Chica 422. And after I play it, I'm going to give her credit, okay? So Ernie's talking to, and I do have closed caption on, I don't know who the fuck it is, but I'm going to comment on it. Ernie.
weird.
Okay.
So they're all safe, sound, and accountable for. Actually,
Now, I'm sorry. You're hearing the voice of someone that I do not need to hear anything he has to say. Anything.
no, what is today? Thursday? One of them should be at my, two of them should be at my sister's for the weekend.
All right. Ernie takes the
Hang
phone
out with
call.
my nephew.
And your brother?
Good. Okay.
Yeah, my brother's name is Shelby Shell. Yes.
Here we-
Just a second, okay?
Is this the Innocence Project thing that Lisa Kay or Lisa Ruiz or something or whatever's going on with this?
No, I don't know who this is that you're talking about.
Now, wait. All right. Why would you immediately ask them, is this the Innocent Project that Lisa Ruiz, why would you start it out like that? Or did you leave a message to get them to call you back? I'm really confused.
That's why I was asking you how to spell.
It's okay. So Shelby Shell is Shelby Shell. He's been convicted of murder, and they're saying that there's this big Innocence Project to free him out of jail. And they gave my private investigator people gave me this number for the call to verify it, because they're not doing it but harassing me online and saying I'm part of this murder, which I was never even brought up on.
You weren't brought up on it because you snitched on your brother, right? Yes, we know. I know all about Ernie and his shit. For real. I've been around long enough. I've seen the shit Ernie's done. I really have. That's just not what I do with my channel, though. If I get an opportunity to have somebody come up, and Ernie wasn't really on very long, but his narrative was to talk about Lisa. He was talking about Shelby and his brother, because Lisa had just put out a live, I think, where she was talking to Shelby Shell from jail. Well, he's in prison, but it triggered him somehow.
I guess it's RUETZ, Ruiz.
Just bear with me, okay?
I'm just trying to verify if this is actually going on and what's really going on, because she says that there's this Innocence Project to free Shelby Shell, and it's just ridiculous to me. I seen the government number come up here, and I was like, well, that's probably the FBI talking.
A government number?
I understand if they are.
Is the Innocent Project a government? Is that a government entity? I'm getting ready to find out. Hang on. Is the Innocence Project a government entity? Entity. No. No, Ernie. Why is it a government number, Ernie? No. The Innocence Project is not a government entity. It's a nonprofit legal organization dedicated to exonerating wrongly convicted people through the use of DNA testing and other scientific advancements and reforming the criminal justice system. Founded in 1992. Wow, that's interesting, Ernie. So how did it come up government? How would it come up a government number? When you step in shit once, You learn to look down when you're walking in the grass. This isn't Lisa's first time sliding her foot on the grass to clean her shoe, in my opinion. Look, people need to realize I had Ernie on my panel, but remain calm ain't a fucking dum-dum, okay? Not at all. No way, shape, form, or how. As a matter of fact, Ernie, let me see. I think I got a little clip here I can show. Because I didn't want to replay you on my panel. I really didn't. Didn't need to hear it twice. But what I want to know is, did you make money off of a woman who has cancer? Because you saying prior that you had cancer, I figured it was just another dumb fucking thing that Ernie Shell said. And with my husband passing from that, it's a pretty horrible fucking illness. And you said that you dropped her Cash App. So why is it that other people are putting out that was bullshit? You said you dropped her fucking Cash App. Right here, you said it. I'm going to show it to you. Oh, wait. Hang on. Low budget. Fuck with Tabitha. She needed a little bit of help. You dropped her Cash App, didn't you? You didn't drop yours. You dropped hers.
No, I dropped her Cash App. I dropped her.
Fuck with Tabitha. She needed a little bit of help. You dropped her Cash App, didn't you? You didn't drop yours. You dropped hers.
No, I dropped her Cash App.
So you dropped her Cash App. But they're saying that it didn't work out with getting her a refrigerator. Now, that's pretty fucked up. That's pretty fucked up, Ernie. I mean, that's worse than taking orders for 300 fucking t-shirts and then nobody got the t-shirts. You had a new kind of t-shirt. It was an invisible t-shirt. Hey, you guys, I've got invisible t-shirts for sale. Someone did get, yeah, that's what I heard, Sheila. Yeah, I heard somebody did get the refrigerator and have it delivered. I heard that. That's the only reason I mentioned it. Other than that, you know, what a fucking, that's not cool. That is not cool, Ernie. Okay, where was I? Damn it. Oh, here we go. All right, let's get back to Ernie talking to a government agency. Hold on. Hold on. I got to fix it. That I don't know why the Innocence Project would have a government number. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, hold on, you guys. I think my son left. I want to make sure that my front door and stuff's closed. For sure. I apologize. getting my ginger shine. My ginger shine. Let me put it in a mason jar and drink it while I play my guitar. All right. Oh, I am not muted. I apologize. Yeah, he's gone. I wanted to check too and see if the kittens were out back, because they should be eating here pretty soon. So they better come home, them little kitties. I heard something. Ernie's talking and telling her the refrigerator was on its way. Oh, well. Yes, Danny, thank you for the update on that. We kind of figured that out, but thank you for letting us know. Problem encrypting, if you make a habit of it when a genuine need. Yes, you're absolutely right, Chris. You're absolutely right. And it is messed up because somebody who doesn't grift, that might need a little assistance, people don't, they don't. Are you kidding? In my opinion, people were paying Ernie Shell to run from the law. For sure. Well, they don't come in the house, Chris. They're still out with their mama. So, but I'm going to get some pictures. Usually I sit out back and, they're just chilling out by me. Okay, here's some more of the Ernie Shell.
But I just want to try to get out of obvious harassment because I'm being harassed. I mean, she's telling everybody that I'm involved. I've done it or this or that. And I didn't have nothing to do with it. I'm just trying to verify just kind of what's going on. Because she destroyed my life. I mean, she literally destroyed my life.
Now, there is a difference between, there's a difference. Oh, are you wanting to defend it, Ernie? So, okay. I'm not sure which is true yet. But there's a difference between giving your opinion about someone than stating that you know something factually. There really is a difference in that. When you state something that's not factual, and this is just because I know from experience, when someone states something that's not factual and other people start repeating something about someone that is not factual, and then the other person or people that they're saying it to repeats what is not true, it's pretty much like, what am I thinking? Could that be conspiracy to commit defamation? Is that a thing? Is that a thing, to conspire to commit defamation? Let's see. Conspire to commit defamation. All right. Here we go, class. You ready for this lesson? Yes, the kittens are feral kittens. Oh, you did? Well, I hope your dogs are okay, Deb. Okay. So a conspiracy to defame involves two or more people agreeing to spread false and damaging information about another person, intending to harm their reputation. This can lead to legal action, potentially resulting in both monetary and reputational damages for the victim. And you know what, Ernie? I ain't talking about you. I'm talking my own experience. Go figure, right? That's why my opinion is what my channel's all about. I do not hide the fact that everything is in my opinion. It's even in my banner. Opinions of this channel are not necessarily the opinions of others. Now, Ernie, honestly, I don't care if you didn't get somebody a refrigerator. You don't do that to somebody with a illness. You don't do that. It's messed up. So let me ask you this. Did she end up with 2 refrigerators? Did she end up with 2 refrigerators? Because you say you got her one, and then someone else had to get her one. I'm just curious. Okay, so let's go back to the Innocent Project thingy. Okay, here we go. So you are calling an organization that is basically your brother's lawyers. I'm going to give you the link, Ernie, but don't holler at me. Do not holler at me, mister. And I don't want to hear a 2-hour story about a fucking refrigerator. Okay, so you called this Innocent Project number. That was a government number, but they're not government affiliated. You did that, and that's yes, that is exactly what I heard. That is what I heard. All right, hold on. I got to put my peace sign up. I have to put my peace sign up. All right, Mr. Shell.
Hey, how you doing?
Are you in the mountains? Are you in the mountains?
No, I'm not in the mountains. No.
Okay.
Not a bit.
So the Innocence Project isn't a government entity, so why would they call you on a government number?
Well, I thought it was a government number because I've been talking to government people. I was waiting for the FBI to give me a call back, and I thought that was them because it come across a funny number, like anything else. So I kind of thought that's what that was, but it wasn't. But it was like an 800. It was something weird like that.
Okay, so you call them and proceed knowing now. Listen. Those are your brother's lawyers, right?
No, they're not.
So
Lisa K lied. There is no project working with Shelby Shell.
Okay, but let me ask you this, because I thought prior, some individuals who were helping Shelby with some stuff, I thought that they contacted the Innocence Project.
No, they don't even have nothing. They're not doing nothing with Shelby Shell. No.
They never. You're saying that they never have?
See, that's what I was trying to find out is why Lisa K is saying all these things. And I mean, is it money? Is it monetary value gain or something?
But let me tell you, Ernie, it doesn't mean I don't know anything about the money stuff or how that shit's doing. But it doesn't mean that she maybe hasn't the only thing that threw me off about that, because she could have contacted the Innocence Project. But the only thing that threw me off about that is because, and I can find it because she said it when she was up on my panel, that some of the information that she had got it from them.
Well, here's the thing. Lisa K talks like the Innocent Projects is already working Shelby's case and he's going to be out any day now. That's what she talks, and that's what he was saying on the phone. And here's the thing: if that's true, they'd have record of it, and there's no record of it.
Yes,
It's
but
just,
Ernie, wait a minute, time out. You sat here and said that if Lisa could get the Innocence Project involved with Shelby's case and she could get him out early, you're all for it.
oh
That's
yeah,
what you said.
I am for it. I am for it. I don't care about that. The part about it is she keeps degrading me. That's the part that I'm making my case about.
I understand, but why
what
are
I'm
you
doing? What I'm going to do is go back to Harlan, Kentucky. It's still, I can do this. I've already talked to my lawyer, which is my girlfriend. I've already talked to her. She says she's wanting to make a case for me and go back to the defense on where they publicly did that to me. And I wasn't on trial, but they put me on trial, like, and that right there, she's saying that because of that, all this stuff that's happened now, and it's damaged my reputation. It's damaged everything because they lied. It wasn't me that lied. They are the ones that lied.
That's called a trial because you're the one. Wait, listen.
I was never on trial.
Listen,
it was not me. It was not me.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying.
All
All right. Let me tell you something. If you were in that situation and your brother was the one who basically turned you in to law enforcement, don't you think you would want your defense attorneys to try to prove that your brother doesn't tell the truth?
That's not what they tried to do.
Well, that's what I seen that they tried to do.
And I understand that. No, they tried to make me like the killer. And that's what we're going after. So
I'm sorry. I mean, some people may have seen that and you may have seen that. That's not what I seen.
Well, people ran with it and they done it that way. And with mob mentality, the way they are, it's why it is right now, the way it is. And
right.
I know what I can do. I know what I can do with it.
Well,
I know how they pressed it. I know how they pressed the issue with the laptop stuff. I didn't even have possession of the laptop stuff. Right. Shelby's girlfriend had laptop stuff, not me. Right. That wasn't me. I was lied on. They said, okay, so the people that lied on me, Lucinda Lay and Pamela Stidham, that was Shelby Shell's people, not mine. And they act like they were my people. See, I wasn't out there to know anything about that. I was in the back. I never knew anything about that till months and months later, years later or whatever.
Right.
So, yes, that was lying. That was lying, and we're going to go back and revisit that.
So what they said about, you want me? I'll pull it up. You want me to pull it up?
My uncle, too. They're saying that my whole family went against me. They only had half side of my family. They only had my uncle John Paul and my sister Amber. And when they said this stuff with Jimbo, that we did stuff with Jimbo and stuff, that's a lie. That's John Paul. They let a convicted felon, multiple times over, get on stand and say all that shit. And I never knew nothing about it. Hell yeah, I'm going to sue Harlan County for that. Hell yeah, I am.
Well, I mean, I guess if you can, then
I know I can. I know I can. I've got some of the greatest lawyers in New York City. So yeah. And they practiced in Kentucky. So yeah. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And Lisa K won't leave me alone. We're getting restraining orders on her.
Well,
she won't leave me alone. You heard her. You heard her, and we're taking that clip where you said, why are you doing that for about Shelby Shell? And she said, Ernie Shell. Remember that?
She said Shelby Shell. This is what I asked her. Hey, everybody coming into chat. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Kels. What I asked her was, why are you so hard on Ernie, I think. And she said Shelby Shell. She didn't say you. Well,
that right there is intent. That's intention. And that's emotional distress on me, what she's done to me. I have not committed no crimes, like she said. She has said I've been this killer, after that killer, after all this stuff, and I have not been. So it is what it is. That's all I can say. I'm staying away from it. I'm letting Gia handle it. When she gets done with it, it's over for them. So there.
Okay, well, this is okay. So I'm listening to your phone call here. So you call them, which are if they are handling the case, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, why would they need to hear what Lisa's doing to you? Why would they care about that? Do they really care about it?
Because she's saying that they're going to put that they're going to push it like that. So if they are, I'm letting them know ahead of time. I'm going ahead and sue it, and I'm already going to make an example out of Harlan County is what I'm going to do. So I figured they know that. But the thing about it is, I called. The reason I called because I know about everything else she says is a lie, and I called to verify. That's all I did. That's the only reason I really called, and I just let them know, and they said no. And then somebody else called somebody else. I think what her name, Leslie or Linda or whatever her name is, and they said no. Shelby Shell pled guilty, so there is nothing like that. That does not exist. So Lisa K is a fucking liar. She never shows no truth. She never shows no proof of anything. I've never seen her share a bit of documentation with nothing. So let's just see what happens. She said Shelby Shell was stabbed 61 times. That is a lie. That is a lie. He does not have half a lung. His eyeball ain't like the Terminator and it don't work. She's a liar. She is a liar. And I'm sick of her. I am sick of Lisa K.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I do not know. Well, of course you do.
And the refrigerator stuff.
There's two sides. Ernie, let me ask you this. Did you send her text messages and shit threatening her?
I have never sent her nothing. I don't even know nothing about her. She's a liar. When people get okay, so I'll tell you what. Tell her to go get them out of it.
I think Katie said she had seen them. I could be wrong.
Okay,
I apologize if I'm wrong.
They need to show the proof and show my phone number what it was. That's what they need to do.
I hope they didn't put a name and number in my chat. I don't want Lisa's information being put out over here.
So here's the thing about the refrigerator, which was done dirty, which was wrong in the first place. I offered to help Tabitha. Okay, so I contacted a woman on Marketplace. Okay, so if you know anything about Harlan, Kentucky, you can't just go to a Lowe's or a Home Depot. That does not exist. Okay. That's
go ahead.
Hours and hours away. So I contacted somebody on Marketplace. I was listening to my chat and I was doing as I was doing. And a lady, I got a hold of a lady and I was talking to a lady. I told her I was going to purchase it. I said, do you accept Cash App or PayPal? She wanted cash in hand. Okay, so that was a bit of a problem right there automatically. So I contacted her and I started talking to her and we was talking about, and then all of a sudden other chat members like, don't buy a used refrigerator, don't buy this, don't buy that. I said, you don't understand the kind of neighborhood that is and the kind of place it is. You're not going to find nothing new there. You have to go all the way. People have to travel forever just to go get something or go into American Rental or Zion's Rental or whatever it's called and buy something. And then they 3 or 4 times as high. So it's a small area. So Katie gets on hers and she's like, oh, I'll buy her a brand new one and have it to them by 5 a.m. 5 a.m. that morning. Okay, that was just a few hours away. So I'm like, well, hell, Katie's getting ready to buy her one now. Katie's going to buy one. And she was making fun of me and using that for her content. She was making fun of me using that for her content. So I said, you know what? Hey, okay, we'll see what happens.
Well, this is my thing. If, you know, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I still had contact with that lady. And I was talking to that lady. And she was like, just wait till you get here. The money can do this. Okay, so I was wondering that. So I contacted Tabitha and I told Tabitha, I said it's in Pineville. Well, Tabitha's about 40 miles away, 45 miles away from, actually probably about 50 miles away from Pineville. And the truck that they had was a local truck. So I was screwed there anyways. I didn't even know. I didn't know anything about what their arrangements was, anything of that. And so I contacted the lady, and when I did it, well, she had sold the refrigerator. It had come out, you know, when you get a message that says sold, item sold, I've got that. I can show you. So I was screwed there. So I went to looking for another one. And during this time, Katie's on live going, oh, I can have her one by 5 a.m. I can have her a brand new one. I can do this. I can do that. So you know what? I said, okay, go ahead and push it. So here's what happened. Tab told me her cash out. So I sent her money for a test, right? To see if it worked. Right. So I sent her some money. She said it worked. Other people started sending her money, but the other people on the other side reported her cash out. So it was coming back spam, spam, spam on everybody else. So they wouldn't send the money. They was like, it's spam, it's spam. Everybody was running with it. So the other side is the one that done it. It wasn't me, but it ended up working out really good. It ended up working out really, really good. My sister ended up getting her one or whatever the deal. I guess, I don't know. I left it. I left it the way it is. I'm not fooling with it. They tried to sabotage stuff. Every time I do something, they sabotage stuff, and it's gonna come back on them. So you know what I'm doing? I went and got a bunch of yearbooks of the people, and we're gonna interview their family and their friends about who they really are.
Oh my God!
That's exactly what we're gonna do. I found out a lot today, and I'm gonna find out more tomorrow, and I'm putting it together. But I'm not gonna put it on YouTube. What I'm doing, so I'm just telling the basics of it. Okay, so. But if people want to say I'm dirty, I'm this, I'm a grifter, I'm that, I don't give a damn. I don't even care. Don't care. And they say, oh, well, you make a lot of money a day. Yeah, I do. And I get ready to make $2,000 or $3,000 a day, every day, what I've got going on. So I went and bought something. I went and bought something really nice. So, okay. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I don't care. I got bigger and better things ahead of me in the next couple of years. I'm not worried about people.
Well, my thing is, I mean, like I was saying, let me ask you this. How much DNA evidence was found at that scene with Ronnie King? Do you remember off the top of your head?
They weren't able to use the DNA because these idiots that done the DNA put it on another file with another crime or something on it. That's why it was thrown out in court. And they made up all this other bullshit about my DNA and all this stuff. And like you remember when they said that I refused to give my DNA? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was never asked of me. I was never asked of that. I was never, you know how Lisa says I was granted immunity? I was never asked immunity. That's Shelby Shell talking to Lisa Kate. From that point,
well, that's what I was curious about that. I'm glad you brought the immunity thing up because
never was I ever asked. So my lawyer is going to go back to that, and she's going to make them prove that I was granted immunity, because if they can't prove I was granted immunity, guess what that is? Emotional distress, mental anguish, and we're going for it. And in Kentucky, when that's proved, it's 3 times the amount. So if I hit whatever the amount is, I can hit for 3 times that plus the mental anguish. It can double that. So that's what
Ernie,
I'm going to do.
you have to understand, as far as with the trial and stuff, that defense was just doing their job. You're the one who told on your brother. Of course they're going to put out everything they can.
Well,
to
everybody's
make it
putting out Shelby to be a hero. We're going to bring back all the files, bring back everything, and I'm going to prove that Shelby wasn't a hero. Shelby wasn't a hero in nothing. Shelby was the murderer. Shelby wanted to kill children. I'm the one that stood up and stood in between when all that was going on.
Ernie, what I want you to know is not everybody is sitting back thinking that Shelby's a hero. Okay? Not everybody's thinking that. Your brother is in prison.
Oh, I know that. I know
where he took a plea deal for doing something horrible.
I know it is.
So not everybody on YouTube is running around here going, oh, Shelby, you hero. You're my fucking hero. No, that ain't happening.
But like I said, as long as Lisa Kay is putting out these bullshit lies about me.
She believes in your brother, Ernie. Ernie, if you were in prison,
she needs to keep that to herself and put. Okay, so she can do what she wants to do. Do not name me ever again. I don't want my name mentioned out of her fucking mouth. That is the truth. That's what I want. I don't want my name mentioned out her mouth. I'm
But-
already going through with this. As soon as Gia gets these papers rolled up Monday, we'll see what happens.
What I suggest is don't talk about her either.
I don't talk about her. I don't mention her unless she mentions me. And I'm all the time on the defense. I'm never, ever on the attack. I'm all the time on the defense. Every time. And I've got something for these other creators too as well. Just watch.
Well, I mean, Ernie, let me tell you, I think at times you can be really funny. Like when you were talking to, who was it, Siri or whatever? Your robot girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But then, you know, sometimes things go left field and, you know, you can say some things about some people too.
And I can look people up. I can do things. Yeah, I can, if I wanted to, I can start doxing everybody in this community.
Let me ask you that. While you're talking about doxing, let me ask you something. What fucking good does it do to dox someone? What good does that do? What is the end result that people want? And I'm not just talking about you. What is the end result that people want when they put out personal information on somebody on YouTube who just may not agree with what they're saying?
Because people know after they do it, they know who they are exactly, and they go dig dirt up on them and stuff like that. That's why they do it. And I don't do it like that. The thing. See,
what do you mean you don't? Ernie, doxing is fucking doxing. Don't say I don't do it like that.
So I don't do it like that. In order for it to be doxing, it has to have some kind of malicious intent. That's the law of it. And if it's something malicious intent, yeah, you can get in trouble for it.
Ernie, most doxing is done with malicious intent. Come on.
But just showing favors and stuff and doing social media responses and like showing comparison of this person's YouTube against their Facebook and show who he is, that ain't doxing.
Lord help us.
But anyway, I don't want to do that anyways. I'm not trying to do that. I got bigger and better things to do.
I understand that, but I guess what I was asking with this phone call, hey, I want to ask you while you're up here too. What did you say? I don't want to have to pull it up. Were you talking about that? I don't even know what he calls himself now. I'll call him Allison's baby daddy.
Huh?
Allison, Hunter's mother's baby's daddy. Because I don't like talking about him over here. What did you say? What was it you said about doing a background check on him? And it was really freaking interesting. Here, hold on a minute. I'll play it.
Who is their name on YouTube?
Huh?
Who's their name on YouTube?
I don't even know. I don't watch him. I got it right here. Let's listen to it. Hold on.
Oh, you talking about Andrew?
Well, you got to say his name for. That's like fucking summoning the devil.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. And he got mad at me, but he agreed to do a background, and he gave me all of his information. So I ran his background. Well, we ran a thorough background and a social media accounts check. We ran a CNN. We run a NIC on him. We run everything on him. I had a private investigator go and actually go to his associates and run back through charges and stuff he's been. But here's the thing. He had slept with pedophiles. He had slept with a human trafficker or something. He had been involved, but I couldn't, or he hadn't been involved in it, but he was associated with it. But I couldn't pinpoint him to say, or not.
Well, how can you associate? How can you associate somebody with it, but they're not? I don't understand that.
Well, he hung out with them. But he didn't actually commit the act. So that's what I said. Now I've already brought that out like months and months ago. And he agreed to it. He agreed to it on the panel.
Well,
Hey,
I
remain
did.
calm.
But now he's mad. But now he's mad. And
Hey,
he's
Ernie.
kinda, yeah.
Hey, remain calm, honey. Thanks for letting me up.
Oh, you're fine. Just please don't holler at each other. That's all I
We're not.
ask.
Oh, no, I'm not.
You know.
Ernie, you up here not wanting people to say anything about you, but you threatened to look up their family, drag out yearbooks, all that.
Well, that's what I was saying. Doxing is freaking doxing.
Oh,
Nobody
I'm not going to
doxes
dox
people
them.
for a good
I'm not going to
reason.
dox them by that. That ain't what I'm going to do.
But you doxed me and you made a whole YouTube page with my boys, my oldest son's military picture, and my youngest son made a YouTube page, Ernie.
Why?
I never made
Why
a YouTube page.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes, you did. And
Wait,
you remember?
No, I never made a YouTube page.
I'll
Wait,
pull up.
I'm mediating
It
here.
ain't my page. It ain't my page. I never made it.
You even told me and apologized to me after you got out of jail on my panel. I can pull
I
the
never made the page. I
I'll
never
pull
made
the
no
clip
page. I
up.
didn't even know
Okay,
about a
wait
page.
a minute,
I put it up.
Cows.
I did
Hold
put it
on,
up on
Ernie.
YouTube, I
Oh,
think.
wait. If he apologized to you, did you accept the apology that time? Did you accept
Yes, but I mean, I did, but I don't want him sitting up here and acting like he don't do, he don't dox. He dox my whole family.
I didn't say I didn't dox. I've doxed
No,
a
he
lot of
didn't say
people.
he didn't dox. He said he doxed for different reasons that,
Yeah.
But doxing is doxing, like I said.
Absolutely.
Nobody
Right.
doxes for a good freaking reason. I don't think anybody should be doxing anybody.
No. And you can say that it's not for malicious intent, and it may not be on your part, but what's somebody else going to do with that? Because you don't know, somebody could have, what if it could be a domestic situation, and you just put out, there's just all kinds of different reasons why it shouldn't be done, Ernie. And
I know that,
and,
and that's why I don't do it no more.
But you say you want to protect women and children, but you at the same time you threaten with like the yearbook pictures and all this stuff, and even threatening you're thinking about it, and I know how easy it is for you to do that.
Right.
Well.
Yeah, but I ain't done it. How long has it been since I doxed somebody? A long time.
You're threatening
I know
to.
you've been.
Well, I mean,
You're intimidating.
You've done it
people.
since you've been out.
Since he's been
You
out
do
of
it to
jail.
try to intimidate
Hey,
people.
Ernie, I
I'll
have a
just say this
question.
for the people. Go ahead.
Ernie, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm not going to get into a lot of it or whatever, but what happened with Bandit TV and your kind of relationship there? Because I thought when you were in jail, he was kind of being a good dude to you. So
I mean,
what
I
happened
don't know.
there?
I mean, that's a new one to me. I ain't got nothing against Bandit.
Did you go up on a panel and call him a name or something?
No, I've never called him no name.
I just asked.
No,
I'm
I don't
just
have
being
nothing against
nosy.
Bandit. I mean, Bandit's got his own stuff he's doing and everything. I mean, it is what it is. But
right.
I mean, it ain't like I'm just talk to him all the time. I don't talk to him all the time or nothing.
Right.
Bandit's seen the light when it came to Ernie. Ernie doesn't obviously know.
Well, let me tell you something, and this is the truth. And I'm not up here to make Ernie mad or anything.
About me. She goes by what she thinks she knows, and she's getting ready to get a fooling, a bad fooling.
Why are you lying to these people, Ernie?
I don't want you guys up here fighting. I'm
not
going to
fight.
Don't.
I ain't got no reason to fight. These people, Constance ain't nothing. Constance ain't nothing to me.
Well, that's not very nice, Ernie, to say that. Everybody's somebody. What if everybody went around and said Ernie ain't nothing? We're not going to talk about Ernie anymore.
They need to do that. They need to do that. But you know what? I've asked them to do that. I've told them 100 times to do that. But you know what happens? More and more people attract to me. That's what it is.
Well, then that benefits you.
I know it
Sounds
does.
like that benefits you.
But it don't benefit her.
Hate watchers. But Ernie, I'm just here to correct your misinformation. Lisa has never said you look like a killer. In fact, she has said you do not look like the killer.
That is a lie. That is a lie. She told her. She told Remain Calm. She told Remain Calm. She said, "Put the picture up." Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And then she put it up.
Yeah, I can go back and play it.
Yeah,
Ernie, that was my bad because you know, I didn't know exactly which case she was talking about. And so when I showed the picture of the guy that we were comparing it, she said it looked like you. Now that conversation went into herpes being on the guy's chin. I said it looked like pimples.
Yeah, she even
No,
told everybody I had herpes
Ernie,
and stuff. She said
when you
she
no,
told
Ernie,
everybody
hold
that
up,
I
hold up.
have herpes.
When you
She
wait
said
up,
I had different
when you were
sexual.
on Brooks' panel the other day, listen, when you was in Brooks' panel, there were people in her chat saying that you look like that dude. So you just can't say that Lisa Kay said
Well,
that.
no,
There was
I'm
other.
doing what I'm look. I'm
Wait a
not doing
minute.
nothing. I'm letting Gia handle it all.
No,
I
well,
mean,
you can
she's
let
the
G
one.
handle it, but you
Lisa,
can't.
Gia's got a
wait a minute,
92
you
or
guys.
94%
Hold
win
on,
ratio.
Ernie.
I'm letting her handle it.
Wait a minute. Lisa, whose channel are you pimping out to be live tomorrow night?
Oh, at Lisa Kay's is who she's saying.
No, it's Lisa Kay.
That's what I said. Oh, Lisa Kay. Oh, I seen rumor
Well,
has
why
it.
are you in here pimping your channel out to be live tomorrow night?
Oh,
For real.
Basically, probably
for
because
real.
she knows that Ernie's not going to intimidate her. Ernie says
That's
she does
kind of
not
ridiculous.
yeah. Ernie, but I'm just saying, you can't. There's other people in the community that thought you looked like that guy, and even Brooke asked you, and and you all kind of laughed it off on her panel. So you can't
Well,
hold
it
that.
ain't just that guy. It was the guy in New Jersey. She even said that she made
What?
Lisa made the fact that I was in New Jersey when that happened, and that the guy in New Jersey looked like me. The
All
other
right,
guy,
Lisa,
you
I
know,
don't
talking
know
about.
who it was, but that's not cool. That's not. If you don't want to be over here watching my channel, then don't be over here watching my channel. If Lisa's going to talk about Ernie tomorrow night, that's completely up to Lisa. But it's kind of rude to come into somebody's channel and tell people to go watch somebody else right now. I mean, kind of fucking rude, I think, Lisa. Okay, anyhow, sorry. Little bitchy moment I had. Not
Ernie,
a big
free
deal.
speech doesn't just
Well,
apply
now
to you.
you see why I'm going to put Lisa Kay and Shelby Shell's phone calls out, don't you? Now you know. That way
Well,
everybody knows
how
what
the
they're
fuck?
up.
Okay, so you got Shelby and Lisa's phone calls.
He doesn't.
We're getting them right now. Yes, we already got an email said that they'll be emailed to us. Yes, we do. And
They're
I got
not
to pick them up.
available
I got to
before
pick them
you.
up, but I got a code. I get a code for it. And then after I complete that and everything, I got to go there and pick them up. Yes.
Another fib.
That is right, Ernie.
Okay,
You
now
got Rick asked that on her panel too about you being in New Jersey, and you said, "Well, I was in New Jersey." Yeah, I forgot about that. You see, even somebody else said that too about, and you said you was in New Jersey. That's what I'm saying. You need to think. I'm not taking that for anybody. I'm just saying you can't blame one when a
Okay,
bunch of
just
other.
because I go to places and murders
Abs-
happen where, and I just
absolutely
happen to be, 25
right,
or 30 minutes from the murder or whatever, does not
right.
necessarily mean that these 26. She said up and down the East Coast before. Lisa Kay said a lot of shit. Okay, and we're
I
going
know, but
back and
I'm
we're
just saying
finding everything.
you can't hold this one against her because other people said it, and you said, "Yeah, I was in New Jersey," and kind of laughed it off. That's what I'm saying, Ernie. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not taking that for nobody. I'm just like pointing out the obvious, like because you did say that the other day.
And Ernie, free speech applies to everybody, not just you, sir. You can't go around saying that
Not
you're
lies, not
a
lies, not when
detective.
you know it's lies,
No,
not when you
yes.
know it's lies and it
When you
damages
say
somebody.
you're a detective, no, when you say you're a detective, when you say that you're this and that, the reason we cannot get you in trouble, and we tried, is because they've said Ernie can be anything he wants to be on the internet. Ernie can say what he wants to on the internet. It's free speech.
Do you not think it?
A lawyer in person.
Okay, then how come
Do
people
you
get sued
hold
all
up?
the
Wait a minute.
time, Constance?
Do you
Let me
not think
find
that it
out.
You've got to
damages
have
people when you
damages. You've got to have
when you dog
damages. You don't
people,
have a
Ernie,
job. You don't have a
and
reputation.
saying that my sons was pedophiles and I had uncles and stuff that was pedophiles and stuff? Do you not think that tried to damage me, Ernie?
Do what you need to do.
What do you mean? Do what I
That's
need to
fair.
do?
Wow,
Anyways,
what
I
do you
gotta
mean
go,
do
guys.
what you
Gia telling me to get off here. Be good. I love y'all. Y'all be safe.
There is no Gia.
bye,
Gia is
Ernie, for real. Well, I knew that was going to happen, so.
I'm sorry.
No,
he probably
the thing about it is what I want people to understand. I have watched the stuff with Ernie for a long time. I
Right.
definitely know what kind of character he is. I know there's a lot of untruths. I know a lot of Lisa, honestly, I don't care what you do with Ernie. You do whatever you want with Ernie. Not on me, girl.
You know what I bet it was? I bet he's
I'm
getting ready
just
to go
so
live.
frustrated with that. Oh,
I bet he's getting. Yeah, that's probably what it was. It probably didn't have anything, you know. He just, well, again, you know how he is. We all know, you know, we know how he is.
I know
But
how he is, and I know what he's
yeah,
done to other people,
I just,
and I am not good with it. I want people to know I'm not fucking good what Ernie has said about people and done to fucking people. You know, that's why I asked him about the doxing, and he was like, well, you know, da 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 da. Well,
yeah,
he's not gonna do word salad with me. And
right.
you know,
That's
that's
what
why
I
I
was
told
hearing.
him fucking
Yeah,
doxing is doxing. You don't fucking do it for any reason. You
right. That's
don't
why I can.
the only time you fucking dox anybody is if you're being malicious. That's it.
Right.
Any
That's what I said. You don't know what Smith's going to do. You know, you may not have
time,
no malicious intent, but
right.
well,
And any fucking time that somebody does a background check, it's not for good fucking reasons. Nobody does a
right.
background check for good fucking reasons.
Right. Well,
So,
I can't remember the last time he doxed, but Constance may know better than me because, you know, I'm not good with
yeah,
my
Constance knows
timelines and
quite a
shit.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good. I can say the other day and it be months ago. You know, I'm bad on timing, but I know he's doxed since he got out, and it's so easy for him to do. It just rolls off his tongue, um, and he don't know somebody's situation. Like I said, he may not want to do anything malicious, but what's the next person going to do when they got your information? You know?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And I
Right,
told
know
ran
him,
it's
5150. He
I
should
know
not.
exactly how that is.
I kept to remind him that free speech does not apply to just him. When we have tried before to get him stopped by saying that he's a cop, he's an investigator, he's done this, he's stolen valor, all these wild claims he makes, saying he's
Yeah,
in some
he
way
can't
safe.
be arrested for any of those.
No, because they've said
Not
it's
at
free
all.
speech. It's the internet. He can say and do whatever he wants to. Now, if he impersonates a cop in person, if he should come out
Yeah,
to a
you're
person in
fucked.
real
Yeah,
life,
they can get you. Yeah.
then you can get him. If he does something malicious in real life, but then the victim has to come forward. Like, I can't press charges for Kells. Kells would
Right.
have to go and say, he did this to me. And
Right.
that's what we have a problem with.
Exactly.
The victims don't want to mess with it because sometimes they just, you know, they're done. He's ran more people off the internet than I can count by his intimidation. But his biggest thing he does is his fishing. Well, we found some Paula that's a friend of yours. You know Paula? And if you say one word, you say, yeah, you know Paula, don't you? And he just throws shit out that's wrong. You know, and a lot of people get intimidated and scared. They don't want their information out there. I talked to myself when I first came to YouTube because I didn't, you know, I took that power away from him.
Right.
But it is scary for a lot of people, you know. I've had to go to my police department and say, look, I've pissed some people off on the internet. Are you familiar with swatting? And those, you know, the guy said, yeah. I said, well, if you ever get a call at my house that I'm either depressed or hurt myself or need a welfare check or that I've got guns, please take that with a grain of salt before y'all come barreling over here. You know,
right.
You can come check on me. I'll check on
Hey,
me
that's completely understandable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to come over here, but I don't want to ignore it either, you know?
People can be fucking vicious. Vicious.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know. I definitely
like right
know.
now they say my ex lives with me and he's an illegal alien, so they're going to call immigration on me.
Oh my God.
Well, go ahead, you know, whatever.
You've not been with him for a minute, have you, Constance?
Yeah, and they might say
you've not been.
He's got 50
I mean, I'm saying you've not been with that man for a minute.
And these are just people who don't like you for obviously something that you must have said, or they think you said, or what the fuck ever. Or they're hate bonding. I am so fucking tired of the hate bonding bullshit on YouTube.
The reason that Ernie don't like Lisa is because she reviews him on YouTube. So he goes to everybody and cry, well, Lisa said bad words about me. Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Well, I gave Lisa a shot too because I let Lisa was on my panel the day before. So, I mean, she said whatever she wanted to say, and I didn't stop her. And he popped over here the next day. Ernie doesn't hang out over here. Okay. I talked to him one time. I wanted to talk to him about Summer Wells, and I'll never forget. He finally let me up on panel, and he said, I'm going to go get me 3 scoops of chocolate ice cream. You can say whatever you want. And I said something about, well, guess what? I'm eating chocolate chip cookies, and I'll wait for you to get your ice cream so we can have a conversation. And everything that he has said in Summer's case, which I won't get into now because you guys don't follow Summer's case like I do, right?
I do, but I'm not near as well versed, you know, like I know that the shit that Ernie says is more of his twisting words and bullshit. That's why he won't ever have a panel with somebody like you.
Well, that's why I never even when he was over here, I didn't even try to talk to him about Summer's case. I mean,
See, I live close to it. Remain calm.
Right. Right.
And that, you know, and but I didn't know them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know even of them. But yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so I followed it real hard in the beginning, of course, you know.
Well, it was just weird shit he said. And, you know, a lot of those, he acts like that, you know, they're top secret, and he put them in his back pocket and nobody knows they're out there. I transcribed a bunch of them. I've got some conversations that he had with Don Wells and everything written down. So,
or that he came the closest to solving the case. That's not true. We don't know who came the closest.
It's not true. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask him before you guys ran him off. And it's good. I'm good with it. I'm really good with it. But
I'm sorry.
I was going to ask him, what was it? Now I forgot. Damn it. Something to do with, okay, I'll think of it I'll think of it in a minute. That's what I do.
When he said he was the closest to solving the case, that's what we was talking about. But he'll say, Candace told me everything. Candace told me everything. No, she didn't, Ernie. She said she would tell you, and she would talk to you in 3 days. You spun that into she would tell you everything in 3 days. Go ahead.
This is what got me, because I think what he was doing, you know, and this is just my opinion on stuff. I think at that time, Candace's husband was in jail. Her daughter was missing. She had no one out there. And he had seen how Candace and Benny Keys, you know, kind of lovey-doved up, or whatever you want to call it. And he wanted to up Benny Keys. He wanted to.
He should have taken one for the team. He could have rode that wave all the way in and slept with her and maybe got a confession.
This is what gets me. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember when Candace went to Tina Simmerly's?
Yeah.
When Ernie took her to Tina Simmerly's.
Yes.
And he was wanting her to get on camera and say that Dawn and Benny knew each other prior.
Yep.
Before Summer went missing. Candace looked petrified.
Scared to death.
Well, there was a welfare check called out to Tina's establishment by somebody who's seen that live. And she called a welfare check on Candace, and the cops went out there and checked on Candace.
Right. Because she looked like she'd been kidnapped, like she's been interrogated.
She did. She looked scared. She looked scared.
Like they wouldn't leave her alone. You know how Ernie is. Well, you know you want to tell me, Candace. You know you want to tell me.
Come on, y'all. I know, and this is my opinion, so Ernie doesn't sue me. My opinion says that I think Ernie is the one who left a suitcase full of fucking dildos.
Absolutely.
At the end of Candace's driveway or wherever he left them.
Dildos in the yardo.
Yep, dildos in the yardo.
He left Jimbo's house. He left a suitcase full of dildos at Jimbo's house. He left a suitcase of dildos in his rental car. He left a suitcase full of dildos at Deb's house and at Candace. Now, what are the odds that those dildos were not Ernie's?
What the fuck was he doing with all them fucking dildos?
I think he's like on a back page ad, you know, where he dates
Yeah,
for
I
pay.
heard about that. Some people were talking about they seen some risque
One
pictures.
suitcase of dildos, you might think Jimbo's lying. 2 suitcases of dildos, you might think Jimbo's lying because Jimbo found the other one. But we've seen that on live stream. We seen when Ernie or Jimbo opened the trunk to Ernie's car, and he giggled. And who was with him? She just passed from cancer.
That is so funny.
Lisa.
You know, E
No,
Square.
no, E Square. Yeah, E Square. Yeah.
E Square giggles too. And she goes, "What's that?" And he goes, "We don't want to talk about it now." And he shut the trunk lid. That might be a lie. But Deb,
That is
when
funny.
when he ran from Deb's house and Deb found his personal stuff, that can't be a lie. And then when Candace has him in her yard, no, that's too much of a coincidence.
Right.
Well, my two biggest things.
Anywhere, they're too expensive.
When it,
I don't know where to get the money for all the deals.
when it comes with Ernie and this case, my two big things is the way that they done at the racetrack down here in Bulls Gap. Acting like they're finding all this stuff, and they didn't. None of that stuff was hers. And the racetrack put out a statement, and
they did. They
told him
did
to take down the
immediately.
post. And then, kind of find out recently, he said that he did know Don and them for years, and he was questioned by the FBI about this case.
He
Which is all lies.
he lived in Churchill. At one time, he lived, I think, like 14 minutes from the wells.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
see,
I cannot sit here. I can't sit here and say exactly what period he lived there. But yeah, at one time he lived 14 minutes from the wells.
Yeah, I know. And see, I know exactly where he lived. And that's another thing. I didn't know Ernie either until YouTube.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Just because you live in this area don't mean you know everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But,
yeah, I get it.
But, if I knew him, trust me, I'd say it.
like he did with that Dulce Alvarez picture and the other guy. He'll say, "Yeah, I was in New Jersey. What about it?" He wants to put you there so people talk about it, but then he wants to throw a fit when people talk about it.
Right.
He told Tina he didn't know Don Wells. Then he said he knew Don Wells. He said he knew Don Wells because he wanted to appear more important or more involved.
He sure did. He told me that. He told me that when I was on his panel talking to him. He told me that, and I think Tina similarly was like, I didn't know that. And if anybody would know it, I would think Tina would.
Yeah.
I have if you ever want to do a deep dive, if anybody ever wants a deep dive, I can't do it because it pisses me off too bad. But when I was going through the Ernie clips, every time I seen an Ernie Summer Wells clip, I put it in my Ernie Shell Summer Wells clip. Anytime I seen a clip that had misinformation, I put it in my Ernie Shell Summer Wells misinformation clip. So if anybody ever wanted to take, and they're not just my clips, they're clips from all over YouTube. You could go there and say the bullshit that he said. I just can't do more than one clip before I'm pissed off.
There you go, Lisa Kay. Go to Constance, get everything Constance has on it.
Yeah,
after that racetrack thing, Ronnie Lawson told him to leave this case alone, and I even think that you all can correct me or chat can correct me, but I think that even his probation officer told him recently not to be doing stuff that had to involve kids. Now I could be wrong. I'm asking, do you remember anything like that, Constance? Him saying that his probation officer told him not to be.
Yes, he did. He said his probation officer told him to leave it alone. But I think
that's what I thought.
I think that was more bullshit, like an excuse for him not to talk about it for a while, because he should have talking about it. And when you turn something into his probation officer, the probation officer will say, "I'm sorry." And he's always been really nice. But he'll say, "I'm sorry. I'm not in charge of revoking his probation." That would have to come from a charge being brought to the police department. The police department go to the county attorney and bring in a charge for us to come back and revoke his probation. They can't just revoke probation because he's a dick on the internet.
Yeah, they can't.
There has to be a charge. So for anybody that has anything against him, first you got to take it to the police station, your police station, and then they'll get it out of the other police station. And then the police station there will send it to the county attorney and see if there is indeed enough evidence to charge. And if so, they'll charge you found guilty, then his probation will be revoked.
Right.
So believe me, we've looked at this, and he knows just exactly what to say, how to say it. But Ernie, you're going to slip up. You're going to slip up. Your mockingbird mouth is going to overlook the alligator ass. And
well, that's why I try not to, you know, come at him with everything we know he's fucking done. And, you know, just let him have a conversation, you know, say what he's going to say. And I usually do that over here because I usually tell people, you know, if there's contradictions in what he's saying, then someone else can put it out or whatever.
Yeah.
I usually don't go and try to find all the contradictions, because if I did that with Ernie, I would only be thinking about Ernie for fucking 365 days out of the year. And I don't want that. I don't want that in my brain.
Content for days, months, years.
Yep. Never ending. It really is. That's what I told him. I'm like, they're telling all the shit. At least they're giving you fucking attention.
Right. And, you know, love or hate its views and in the algorithm, except he doesn't realize that the algorithm on your chat really matters to where it goes into whether you're seen or not on anybody else's YouTube. So when his mom block all of us in chat, all he's doing is blocking his algorithm. Right. You know, love or hate, wrong or right, let the trolls in. You know, as long as they're not being malicious or, you know, really horrible, let them come in and have an opinion. Good or bad, it's getting you in the algorithm.
No, it wasn't near the hippie house. I can't remember where it was, but no, it wasn't in that area.
Oh my goodness, it just left me where her business was at. Oh my God, Constance, you remember? Shit, where can I think? Where Tina's business was at, where it's located.
Newport,
why can't I think of it?
Newport.
Yep, Newport. Yeah, and the hippie house is in The hippie house is in Kingsport. Yeah,
Kingsport.
It's in Newport. Yeah.
It was a hemp cafe. The Smoky Mountain
hemp cafe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she ended up. Did she lose it? I think I can't remember.
That's what.
It's gone somewhere. I don't know what happened, but yeah, she's not there anymore.
And that sucked because remember, she was helping Ernie. She was doing the sound bath for him, and you know, getting the chip in his brain. To,
you know, she brought him back to life, touching her breast to his chest, and she brought him back to life.
Oh my gosh, I've seen some wild stuff over there. I'm telling you right now.
That was CPR, like a type of CPR with your body energy. You use your body energy.
That's what I was thinking. That nip to chest CPR.
Has nothing to do that she told Xander she wanted to sleep with Xander and Ernie both.
Oh yeah. Oh, they all admitted that, you know. Yeah. I remember she said, "Thank goodness."
From my brain.
She said, I remember saying something about "thank goodness" Xander said no, because she said she had been drinking or something, and I was like, "Oh Lord, have mercy." Well, she better be glad they said no, because I wonder if he had told her.
Yes.
Did he tell her about his HIV?
No. He didn't tell Asia.
Wow.
He didn't tell China.
No, she didn't know.
Both of them had been sleeping with him, you know. And it's no secret. They both, you know, said on YouTube that they slept with him.
Right.
You know, the reviews weren't good, but that's
crazy. Hey, John Wick. Yeah, Debbie said if everyone quit talking about Ernie tomorrow, he'd be SOL on YouTube. Wouldn't he though?
But really, no, because all he does is Ernie's very charismatic.
He's charismatic, and
he's getting more followers. And people be quiet about him, so we have to keep letting people know, hey, he's a con man. Because if we shut up, people will just go there thinking he's, you know, the next Messiah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
People were paying Ernie to basically run from the police. It was weird.
And I tell him, I said, my job is to keep you under 200 chatters and under 2,000 subs. As long as you're under 200 chatters, I'm happy. You can be on here all you want to. The minute you start growing by leaps and bounds, well, then I got a problem. But until then, my job is done.
Right.
Hey, remain calm. Will you check back chat, honey?
The ones that are going to
Hey,
give me money,
Mr. A, honey.
the ones that are going
Well,
to give me money,
cover.
died in the
Review.
war.
What do you want to read? I mean, what do you want?
just
to
what
read?
Ernie was. Just what
Oh
Ernie
no,
was.
no, you were fine. You were fine.
That's okay. You don't care to, or
Yeah,
you don't care if I do.
I
Okay.
don't care if you do.
I just like to ask, if I can, because I don't want to.
No,
And of
no,
course, I'll
you're
drop your link and all that
absolutely
too.
fine. No,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Well,
You're
thank you.
fine. I just had a moment with Lisa because she kind of aggravates the piss out of me sometimes. I mean, I like Lisa. I don't have nothing against Lisa, but sometimes she'll do something that just irks the fuck out of me. And I'm like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? That's just me, you guys. That's my personality over here. So
no, I get it.
Kel, since you mentioned it, when people say you're like you don't care to do it in Kansas, if I say I don't care to do it, that means I don't want to do it. And
No, that's the thing here. If you say I don't care to do that, that means like, well, yeah, I'll do it for you, or that's kind of like bless. It's kind of like bless your heart. Around here, it can mean two things: bless your heart, and I really mean like, oh my gosh, bless your heart. And then the other one, like, well, bless your heart. That means pretty much you can F all the way off and all the way off for real.
Yeah, I always say that I don't care to do it. I mean,
right,
and that just means I'll do it.
If I don't care to do
fine with it.
means I'd rather not.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's a Sunday. We were just hanging and talking anyway, and I just went to go over that weird ass phone call of Ernie's, and that's how he ended up over here because I said something about the refrigerator. My question. Okay, I have a question. I have a question. Maybe one of you guys can answer. Okay, so did he somehow get control of her Cash App?
No.
No. That because
Mad said in Kel's chat that she called her and she said, no, I'm getting all the Cash Apps and it's going to her name. So
Margaret actually knows her. Actually knows her, like, Margaret of the 606. She knows her, and actually Liz, we're up there where Tabitha lives, and it was Ernie's sister Melissa. Her and Margaret together was going to get her the fridge, and so Margaret and Melissa was helping her out with everything. And so when I posted her Cash App the next day, and people were donating, of course they were asking Margaret to have her check because they wanted to make sure it went through. And so she was getting them, and I told her, I said,
that was my thing, because I'm like, okay, well, I was hoping he wasn't getting no money at all, and that she still had all the Cash Apps that were coming to her. And then Melissa and them actually bought the refrigerator and had it sent there.
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon they were going to go get it. Excuse me, go get it and deliver it. Yeah, because
I just wanted to make sure that she was getting her money.
Right. Yes, she was. But I did notice when I sent some that there was another one in that name, but hers. Oh my gosh, I want to think it was a blue circle. Don't quote me on that, but I think her Cash App had the blue one, and so we confirmed it. That one was it.
Right.
But I did see another one in that name. So he very well. I hate to say that about him, but we already know how he is. He may have made one in that name and just hopes that because people do that. They'll make
that's
a Cash
what
App.
I was wondering, because he was talking about it. He was talking about it, and I was kind of doing something while he was talking about it, and I would have to go back and listen to see exactly what he said, because I asked him about it, and he was telling me this whole big story about he got a hold of a woman an hour away, and the woman wanted cash. I think he said the woman wanted cash, and You
I
know,
put it in your chat, but you was talking. If you want to watch a good short on it, she done it in a premiere last night. But Elle Kennedy, she got all of Ernie's parts and stuff in it, and that's it's not so long that you couldn't
right.
watch it and hear what he said and stuff.
Was he did it on purpose. He said he did that on purpose, knowing that people would be mad at him, and they would
Right.
say, "Forget it, Ernie. We'll go get her a fridge." Well, that was just a cop out excuse. We're not stupid.
Oh,
And
so
then
you're
when
saying he had already kind of schemed it out.
And he said it. He did. He said it was his plan to scheme. He said, "I did that knowing that my haters would be, and see, look what happened. Instead of getting a used one, she's going to get a new one. See, she got more cash out from my
Are
haters."
you fucking kidding me?
No, he said,
no,
"See,
and he
I'll
said
take people off your ass."
he even said that he after everybody was donating, because like I said, I put her cash app out, and then Katie put her cash app out, and he said that he'd done that so people in the community would come together and do something for somebody else,
Right.
And he acted like that's another thing that bothered me and irked
So
me with him. He
basically,
acted like he was taking credit for it still.
I was going to say he was taking credit for it.
Yeah.
Without paying a dime. $6 is what she got from Ernie's chat and Ernie. The next day,
Yep.
she still had $6 when in Kel's
Right.
chat, everybody donated.
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Let's
surprise
see,
me.
I got to drop down. Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, I've got
Oh,
to
you're very
too.
welcome, guys. Sorry if I sounded like I had a resting bitch voice.
Lord, no, I always sound like that, and then I've been sick on top of it, and my throat's been bothering me, and
Yeah, me
somebody,
too, girl. I'm at
2
2
people,
hours right now.
well, 2 people that my brother works with has COVID, and then my mom's a physical therapist told me that the flu's going around, and then somebody earlier, actually in Ernie's chat this morning, said that for me to be careful because the flu is going around. So
Yeah, that's what I'm watching out for too, because my
Ernie's wanting to come back
pharmacist.
up.
I know.
Remain calm.
I seen
And
him.
I was making sure, love.
I seen
I
him,
just love it.
darling.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and then I'll drop down. That way, you can ask him those questions that you want to ask him. But I love that that Volkswagen van, and
Do ya?
yes, that's too cute.
Thank you so much. I try to be that way, Kels. It doesn't work out that way all the time. I'm a human freaking being. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Constant said I'd drop, and now he wants the link.
Yeah, but I'll drop. I didn't come up here to,
No, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate that you guys came up and y'all wasn't screaming and fighting and hollering and
Lord no.
Because everybody can have a conversation without freaking, So
and me and Ernie's always had this back and forth thing. I mean, like I don't care to call him out on this stuff, but I mean,
well, that's why I kind of just sat and, I just sat here and was quiet because I don't have the history with him like you guys do. But like I said, I've been watching Ernie for a long time, so I know
I was watching.
Doing.
Yeah, I was watching way before I started chatting in any chats, and way before I had a channel. But yeah, I mean, because I know how it feels. I know how it feels when he, doxes a person, doxes their family, and then says stuff that's not true, and it's not, it's not good because I know it from a personal experience with him. But
let me tell you, I've got my own personal experience with being doxed and talked horrible about. And let me tell you, I freaking know how it feels too. It's not a good feeling at all.
Yeah, and he talked, acted like my son in the Marines was nothing, and said bad stuff about him too, and awful words on the internet. I mean, he didn't have to go real life on me,
Right.
But that's what I'm saying, and but like I said, me and him's had this back and forth thing, and And I'm like you, sometimes I'll let him up on my panel and I just let him talk just so that, you know.
Well, and I get that, you know, people do shit and then they do apologize and
Yeah.
you accept their apology, but you're never going to forget that they did the shit,
Right.
you know.
And you're not going to let them forget and act like
And
they've
you're
never
not
done
going
it.
to
And
let them
that's what
forget, right?
right. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go back and listen and look because he did come up on my panel and me and him talked about it. And he even because it was getting blamed on we Scottish Tiger that was in his chat. It was getting blamed on her, and I explained it to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I done that, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that to your boys." And I know that he, you know, I know I'm not stupid and not remembering it correctly. He, you know, he told me that he made that page, and it was a thank you for the name of the page was thank you for your service, and it had both my boys' pictures on it, and he actually got that from my youngest son's Facebook, and he just changed the wording on it a little bit on the post, and yeah, so and then now he's saying that he didn't do it. So if you didn't do it, then why did you apologize to me after you got out of jail?
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, if you didn't
No,
do
I
it, you
get
would have
it.
told me then. If you didn't do it, you'd have told me then you didn't do it.
Right.
And yeah. So
well, it
yeah,
is hard. It's hard when somebody does shit to you like that, and then they start talking like they've never done anything like that, and you're like, "Yeah, you fucking did because you did it to me."
that's what irks me. Yeah, I'm
So
like, what
yeah,
the fuck's wrong with you? Yes, you did.
yeah.
Yeah,
So well, that's how he's getting called out because it's like, dude, when you do something to somebody, they don't fucking forget it.
right.
So you can't go around and say, "Oh my God, I've never done anything like that."
Here's the thing. He even showed my pictures, my family pictures, my boys' pictures, and everything about 2 weeks ago. He showed gosh, I can't remember who the first said it was, and then he showed mine, and then he showed Peach and Ghost. Just like 2 weeks ago. Showed all our pictures again on his live. For what? For nothing. Just
Well,
flipping
that's
through his
what
pictures.
I don't know. I say it all the time. I don't understand why people have to go, you know, why people do stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's nuts.
but
It's a
I'm going to
little
drop
cray
down, and
cray.
that maybe Ernie can come back up, and you can finish having a conversation with him. Because, like I said, I didn't want to interrupt what you all had
Well,
going on. But him
I
sitting up
mean,
here
no,
blowing
you're fine. You're
like
fine.
blowing smoke up your ass like he ain't never done nothing, and he can't. You know, he wants to threaten to sue people that say stuff about him, but what about the stuff that he threatens and says he's going to do to people? That's what I'm saying. You can't. It
You
works
can't.
both
Yeah,
ways.
yeah, yeah.
You can't say I'm going to pull your yearbook and you know do this and do that, and you know I'm going to, and
Well,
then say, well, I'm going to sue you. That's not, you know, that's not
yeah, I
really
get
how
it.
it works. But
I
yeah,
get
thanks for
it.
letting me up, and
You're
of course, you're
welcome.
welcome on and you know you're welcome on my panel anytime too. Remain calm.
I will. I can't. Last time I came into chat, that was a fucking disaster. But
I'm sorry, my chat
no,
goes
I'll
wild
pop up.
sometimes.
No, it didn't have nothing to do with your chatters,
Okay.
or you or anybody on the panel. It
Okay,
was
that's what I started saying.
so. No, but yeah, I'll come over and say hey to everybody.
Yeah,
I
and
sure
anytime
will,
you want to come
girl.
up, you can. And again, thanks for having
All
me
right,
up. And
sweetie.
Ernie, get back up here and let Remain Calm finish asking his questions.
Oh, he probably won't now. He'll be on a roll. He'll come up here and be going 1,000 miles an hour.
No,
So,
listen, you have a good evening, honey.
all right, bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Okay, good. Interesting. Ernie. Hey, you guys, give me like 2 minutes so I can go get me something cold to drink. Thank you very much. Class, be nice to each other. For real. I want you guys, while I'm gone, to say one nice thing about the closest person in chat. For real. Somebody you know in chat, you have to say one nice thing about them. You better be spreading that love when I get back. Hey, give me just a minute. The kittens are outside. I want to feed them real quick. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. They are eating. They're so cute. I should have took a picture. Don't F with who? Who? Oh, Ernie still wants a link? Don't get up here hollering, Ernie. Okay? But there's the link. I will stay on just for you, Ernie. You can take the link. Now, before you come up here, I don't know a lot of history that you have with everybody, okay? I've never went on a hunt. I haven't. Okay, Ernie.
Hey, what's up?
What's up with you? Hello? Hello, Ernie Shell.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good deal. Hold on a second.
Ernie, did you leave the dildos in the yardo?
No, I never did that. No.
Ernie, but you had a lot of them.
No, I never. No, and that all stemmed from Jimbo. Everything started with Jimbo doing that. And all that stemmed from that. Actually, it started from Candace's. And I don't even think there's really even, because they was asked to Candace before out of that, and she said she just done that. Benny Key said that. When Benny Key said that, that's where Jimbo got his idea at, and then everybody followed suit. I don't do that shit. I ain't worried about it, which that's another thing. But anyway, it is what it is.
Okay, I thought it was funny.
It is funny. It is funny. But
kind of weird. Kind of weird, but it was funny.
It's very weird. It's very funny as well. No, and when they, there's a lot of stuff, and I've already explained it, but it don't do me no good explaining it, and I don't even care about it. So,
Ernie, when did you live in Churchill? What year was that?
See, I lived in Gate City. I lived in Gate City first, then I lived in Keysport, then I lived in Churchill, and then I lived in Deerfield, and then I lived in Colonial Heights, and then I lived in I've lived all over the place. It was in 2015, 2014.
Oh, okay. I'm just now everybody's Lisa K is swearing up and down. The one time I had a conversation with you about the Summer Wells case, you had said that you knew Don Pryor from a job or something. Lisa K
Okay,
is
so
saying,
I was an electrician. I did electrical work, and Don did. He done some commercial work too as well. So there was a couple times that on the thing, and there was a few times.
Was it a kind of conversational situation where you actually conversed enough that if you guys seen each other, on down the line, that you would remember meeting each other? Does that make sense?
No, so here's the thing. No, it wasn't nothing like that. I mean, I seen him because we did electrical work, and sometimes I think he did like drywall or something like that. I don't even know. But anyways, we would see each other. I seen him a couple times. Don't mean I actually really knew him. I mean, I didn't hang out with him or nothing like that.
Well, that's what I was asking you. Did you guys, did you know each other enough that if you seen each other years later, the thought would even be there that, hey, I know you?
No, I don't think I did. Now, I knew Fred Hill. Well, I mean, we didn't know him, but we was over at Cloud Apartments one time, and we was making an arrest when I was bounty hunting, and we was making an arrest, and I hit this guy off his step. I never forget this. And then later on, Fred gets with Ziggy, and then my buddy Dale was not my buddy Dale. It's Craig had actually said, "Hey, that's that same dude." Because he was watching it. He said, "Check this out. Ain't that dude that you punched at Cloud Apartments and knocked out of the way?" And I was like, "Wait a minute." And you know, I just, you know, but like I said, in Kingsport and them areas, you meet everybody because, you know, the way they live over there, it's different because up in the holler, you know, that everybody goes to the Walmarts, everybody, you see people, so you get to see them.
Well, when you live in an area like that, most of your life, you do know just about everybody.
That's what I'm trying to say. I knew it. And I've seen Kels before too. And I didn't say nothing, but I thought I'd seen her. And I didn't know who she was, of course, until YouTube, of course. But, you know, and she said something about a Facebook page. Okay, so I just went ahead. When I got out of jail, you know, hell, I was apologizing for everything. And I just went ahead and accepted it. I don't make Facebook pages. I'm not that kind of person that does that unless it's something in mind. So,
Ernie, if you apologize for it, then
I went ahead and took it. Yeah, I guess I
it.
did. I don't even remember. I don't even remember if I was even brought up. It probably was, and I probably did apologize for it because I didn't care. I wanted to get it over with and didn't care anyway. So,
well, no, what the point that they're trying to make is when you've done something to somebody and then they see you telling people you'd never done anything like that, then they're going to call you out on it. So that's
well, they
what
can call
was
it.
happening.
I ain't worried about it. I don't care if they call me out on it. I ain't worried about it.
But
and,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Tabitha got the refrigerator, and that is all taken care of, from what I understand. So
okay. So here's the thing with that. After I seen how everything was going, did I turn it against everybody else? Yes, I did. I did 100%, 1,000%. I turned it the way that I knew that the haters, they hated me so much and they didn't want me to succeed. They would succeed ahead. So yes, I dropped the ball on it on purpose. Yes, I did. And I let them go ahead and get her a brand new one and instead of me having to get her a used one. They got her a brand new one, and people filled it up for her, and people got her a Cash App. She probably made hundreds of dollars, and I hope she did. And it all cost me $6 Hell yeah, I did it. That's how you use the system. I did it. I'm proud of it.
I would say that, you know, people are
That's
saying
a win-win for everybody. That's a win-win for everybody.
Well, I mean, that people feel like you're taking credit for that. So, I
did take credit for it. Did I started it up? Hell yeah, I did. But did I take credit of the actual good deed? No, I didn't. But did I trick everybody into making it do that? Yeah, I did.
Okay, I get it.
100%.
But now, can I ask you?
I use my haters. Hell yeah.
So I'm not saying that I don't care about that stuff because, you know, I'm pretty soft-hearted. I don't like when people dox people or say horrible things about people. I'm not into it. But I wanted to ask you a question. I want to kind of shift this over to Summer, okay? Now, you talked about and gave suggestions on a motel or something in that area and told people to go there and ask some questions or whatever, right? Do you remember what motel you were talking about?
So I'm going to take everybody to one of the last places, or one of the places that Summer Wells was definitely at. Yes.
How do you know she was there, Ernie?
Because I already know, and I've already done my field homework on it, and even the TBI said I was right about it.
So TBI's already investigated
exactly.
it?
It's the same hotels that was busted about a month and a half ago or whatever, the big bust in Knoxville. It's them. Right. That's the one Don's went to. That's one Don Wells went to, and they got hit for trafficking. You can look it up.
So,
and yes, I said it years ago. So there.
Well, I followed what you said and stuff, but some of the stuff you've done has been real questionable for sure.
I'll make it questionable.
Okay,
I'll make it questionable.
Okay, I get it. Now let me ask you this. So, oh fuck, what was I going to ask you? because I want to have a serious conversation with you about this. I really do.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I think, you know, your opinions and theories on it are just as good as mine, because we don't know what happened to her. But you're saying that, so that tells me if she was trafficked to this motel or whatever, that either they moved her or they...
No, this was before she went missing. I think Don Wells killed her. That's my exact words, and I'm sticking to that 100,000%.
Do you think that it could have been a like sacrifice for the church or something? If you look into that religion's
If you
pretty
listen to Don
wild.
Wells' interview with me, he says he had to get whatever does, they had to get rid of the evidence, and then they probably killed her. Well, the thing about it is, you all know that you get rid of the evidence last, right? Think about it. Unless it's a sexual manner, and that's what it was. That's all I'm going to say.
And you truly believe that?
I honestly believe that within my heart.
Well, then what happened that day? What do you think happened that day?
I think that she got hurt. I do think she got hurt, but I think Don Wells finished her off.
Well,
Constance, too, it's on record that I've been having to talk to TBI, you dumbass.
Well, I'm surprised if there's kind of a difference between talking to law enforcement and law enforcement giving you information on a missing child case.
I mean, so they give me no information. They just said, but I have been questioned because of Tina. I've been questioned by the FBI. I've been questioned by the TBI. I've been questioned by the Department of Homeland.
Ernie.
I've been questioned by the U.S. Marshals. It's on there. I mean, it has. It's true.
Ernie, you just said that they questioned you in Summer's case. You also said that they gave you information because you said that they said you were right about the motel.
I said what, Candace, this is a long time ago when this happened. Well, it ain't a long time ago. It's a while ago. I told them what Candace told me. We had a working relationship. Well, we was going to have a working relationship with the TBI. That is a fact. When I was with Predator Nation, we're the ones that contacted TBI, and we told them they could get us a vehicle. We could set it up. We could put cameras and everything in it because we're going to have Candace. Remember that deal? And then they said, go to Hawkins County. That's what got me into it with Hawkins County right there.
Well, I mean, it's just, okay, so, I don't know. Let me ask you this. Why, when Candace was with you at Tina's hemp shop or whatever it was, you wanted her to come on camera and say that Dawn and Benny knew each other before?
I wanted her to say exactly what she told me before we went on camera.
Did she? Okay, but so what did she tell you then? Can you not say? I mean, I think that's something you could say, Ernie. For real.
Don knew Benny Keys.
He knew, from my understanding, they both had been in a jail, but not at the same time. So they knew of some of the names of the people in the jail. That, as far as I know, that was it. So how do you know different from that? What was different from that she told you? I mean, give me a fucking bone, Ernie. Come on. Damn.
I mean, I don't know how they knew each other. They just knew each other.
Well, that's
right now,
from my
people are texting
understanding.
me right now.
That's how
Don't say
they knew
nothing
each
else.
other.
They're texting me right now. Don't say anything else about the case. Don't say
Oh,
anything.
you know why? Because you're talking to me. So if it's Lips or somebody, I mean, I'm not asking you any top fucking secret questions.
Look,
Ernie.
let me tell you something. You know, Allie talked to me before she died, right?
She did.
Yes, she did. And I brought it out already beforehand.
Okay. Maybe I didn't see it then.
Yep, I brought it out. Well, year and a half, well, whatever before. Right? What was it, guys? I
What
don't
she
even
said?
know. Yeah,
You put out what she told you?
I did.
Okay. Well, I didn't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't see it, Ernie. But I'm glad you got to talk to her before she passed away.
So
I think she also said things that she came back out and later admitted that she didn't
did.
tell the truth.
That's why Andrew told Hunter to lie. Exactly. Now, I ain't gonna say no more else about other people involved in everything. TBI said, I think they'll get this wrapped up within. I said October. So let's just see.
Oh, well, we'll see, Ernie. We shall see.
I think something.
But I was just asking you. I mean, I just wanted to have you a conversation about it. I ask a lot of questions over here.
So here's the thing. I had 3 different people. Candace was texting me and 2 other different people,
Right.
So, and she thought it was me, all the numbers, and it wouldn't. So that's all I could say. And have I ever put those texts out to anybody? No, I have not. Have I given it to law enforcement? Yes.
Well, to me, Ernie, that matters
And do
most.
I think law enforcement's anything in this case? No, I don't.
Do you think, what'd you say? You don't think
I said law enforcement ain't shit in this case. They don't do nothing for this case. It's sad. It's sad when actual people that don't even have near the amount of resources, can do the same job and better than what they do, and they have all the resources. I think that's funny. But I also know how the TBI works. Even though if they do have the answer, which I think they do have right now, they won't just make one arrest. They want everybody in it. They want to get the whole net out and get everybody. That's the way TBI works. They're different from regular law enforcement because law enforcement will grab somebody and then charge them and then start their investigation. TBI already has the investigation going and they grab everybody with a net.
And there's probably 50 people that could be busted in whatever the fuck happened. So, you know,
I think it'll be 8 major people that knew about it and knows what's going on. Everybody sit 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it'll be 6 major people that know about it. It'll be busted. And then I think it'll be a ring. And then I think it'll be connected to that. And then I think they'll find out where the rest of the money went to. And then I think they'll understand that where I said about Candace having or Don having the bag full of money, I think that'll come in play. I think a lot of that will.
Yeah, but just because you said Don had a bag full of money, did you see Don have a bag full of money?
I think when they find Summer Wells, they won't find every bit of Summer Wells in one place. No, I don't.
Well, I kind of have to agree with you there on that because it sounds like people did fucked up shit. I mean...
So I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen here soon. And I think they've already found other pieces that probably does belong to Summer Wells already. I'm going to say that.
Well, the thing about it is, Ernie, if they can take down 50 fucking predators in the process of trying to find out what happened to Summer. If that's the end result, then I'll wait for the end result. Because you know what? If Summer's not with us anymore, fuck yeah. I want her name.
I want
her name to be
okay, so here's what I think. Here's what I honestly believe. I believe the TBI.
Predators.
Okay, so I believe the TBI already know what went on, what happened. but they're waiting to find out what charge they can actually charge Don and Candace for. I believe that's why they're not being charged yet, because if they know they charge them poorly, they lose the whole case. I believe they're waiting on that. I believe they're waiting on them. That's why Don Wells and Candace Wells was out trying to make a campsite just here a little bit ago. The way they do, they're going back to their old roots. That's what the TBI is doing, letting them have enough root, letting them have enough space so they can go do their own reaction, do their own little things, go back to their normal life, which what they was doing in Arkansas, same shit, same everything. So I believe that's what they're doing. I do. I honestly do. I honestly believe they're being followed everywhere, because I know where Don and Candace was at the last week before last. They was at a campsite. Nobody else knew where it was at. I knew it was going on. I knew where it was at. I knew everything about it.
Well, that's fucking weird. How did you know it? Were you watching them?
Again, I knew.
Are you being a stalker, Ernie? Shame on you. Just don't follow her through grocery stores and shit. That'd be weird Don B stuff right there.
You know, that's the crazy thing, ain't it? That's what everybody don't understand. So, now here's why everybody hits me with. Was I gone? Was I gone? So the day that Summer went missing, we was doing her first predator bust, right?
Right.
Okay, so they said I was gone 5 or 6 hours before the bust. Okay, so you look at Newport and where Summer lived at. That was what was it? An hour and a half away.
What? An hour and a half away?
Or an hour away, something like that, from Newport.
Well, if they're telling you that they want to know what you did for 5 hours, if you were only an hour away, then that's only 2 hours. That's 3 hours left. I'm just saying.
I don't know how long.
I'm not.
Look, Ernie, Tina wants to say I was gone for like 5 hours or something. I wasn't gone no 5 hours or nothing like that. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember what in the hell we did. I think we went to Waffle House. We went and ate. I don't even know what we did. Hell.
Right.
But anyways, I had the detective on the phone. I was texting him the whole time. We was talking about the bust. We was getting ready to do the bust. And then when I got back, as soon as I got back, we hurried up. I told everybody, let's go, let's roll, let's roll, let's roll. We all humped. We jumped in the Hummer. Everybody jumped in the vehicles. And then we left. And then we went out. And I was talking to Detective Whitmer on the phone. And I was telling him about what we got. So I was sending him over stuff. He's like, just make sure you keep that separate. Everything. I was like, oh, yeah, we got it. Tina had him. Tina was one of the decoys. It was Tina's phone. If you see when I'm sitting there talking to Tim, I've got a purple phone, and I think that was Tina's phone. So that's what happened. That's where the chat log was at, because she was the decoy. So after all that happened, now what have I been questioned over? I've been questioned over where I was at, what I did.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, I appreciate you.
So I was questioned over where I was at, what I did, what I participated in, and all that. And I told him the exact thing. I wish to God I never even was involved in that case. I wish to God when they come, I would have done something different, totally different. And I believe that 100%. Still to this day, I wish I'd have changed it. I wish I would have never been a part of it. I didn't want a part of it. And like I said, when they come, I didn't want nothing to do with it. At the time, I was all for it, but I didn't want nothing to do with it. Now I don't want nothing to do with it now. So it is what it is.
I kind of know.
But I will be giving a closure out of it and getting myself out of it.
Right. Well, I kind of noticed when you didn't think Candace was maybe saying things on YouTube that maybe she told you she would say them or something. It pissed you off, and you told her you was done, right?
I did tell her I was done. I was sick. And then she come back after I did that. She said, no, please talk to me. I'll tell you what went on. And she told me, and that's all I said.
So you're telling me she knows exactly what happened?
She knows exactly what happened.
She
There's
knows
3 of them.
exactly what happened.
There's
And
3 or 4 of them up there on that hill that know exactly what happened. That's the way I'm
well,
saying it.
she was the last one with Summer, and Grandma was there. The boys were there, and Dawn is questionable to me also. So
Think of this. If Summer is found, let's just say if Summer is found and she's dismembered, let's just say that, okay? Let's say God, trigger warning, whatever y'all want to say, but the fact is true in reality.
yeah,
If Summer Wells is found and she's dismembered, think about that. What is she dismembered by? Think about that. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, of course, Ernie, if that's going to be the case and that happens, you're going to wonder how the fuck it happened and who did it. For real. What do you think about Fine Ryan's Truth coming out and saying that Cotton's family had a text from Fred to Cotton basically saying just that?
How did that tell you? How would I know?
That's what I'm asking you. How?
Wouldn't that give me credibility right there?
Would it give you credibility or Ryan credibility?
It gives me credibility on what I said, then on it. On what I said that Candace told me, it would give it 100,000%.
Yeah,
It would.
well, if you're saying Candace told you that, then absolutely. But it's just, I don't know. It's just weird to me that, you know, she just poured her heart out to you, but there were other people who were close to her too that she's never opened her mouth.
Why do you think that she told me? Why do you think everybody watched me for? Why do you think every time I talked to her that Benny Keys was always interrupting, always calling phone hundreds of times? All these people was. Go back to it and look at it. You all think that I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing.
Well,
And
I did notice that. I think we all noticed that, you know, your phone would be blowing off the hook, or hers would. Her phone would be blowing up.
But when I got Candace alone.
But why wouldn't she have told Benny anything? Why wouldn't she have told Benny?
How do you know she didn't? How do you know
Well,
that ain't why How do you know that ain't why he was crying for her? Because according to her, that's why he was crying. Think about that.
I don't know. Didn't he cry a few times?
Not like that one time he didn't. You remember when he said they found his sister dead or something? Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that? Did you know that did you know that somebody actually done an investigation on that and said that never even happened?
No, I didn't know that.
I do, because I was the one that called the coroner and tried to find out things. You see, I'm smarter than everybody gives me credit.
Well, all you could do is call the coroner and ask if she passed away or not. I mean, yeah, he'll give you details, I guess.
Been a video. Well, if you watch the video, I don't want to get in it. I'm not allowed to get in it. I'm not talking about the case. Law enforcement has it. I ain't going to say nothing else about it.
Okay, so you're not going to say anything else about it, but you're going to put out the information you have on your channel, right?
I already said it, and that was before the TBI. That was before all law enforcement and everything. I put it out there, and that was a long time ago. That's all I'm going to say. I said my piece of it. I said I'm going to go back and do closure of it, and if it does happen to be, if I do closure of it and it does happen to, I'm going to say you this. If I do closure, which I'm going to do closure of it, our team is going to do closure of it. When we do, if it does end up solving the case, that's all it is to it. It's closure to it. It's done. If we happen to solve the case by doing it, it is what it is. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you go, Ernie. Keep on investigating. I mean,
investigation's already done. We already know.
Well, if you already know, then, but I get what you said. You said TBI sitting on knowing who.
This is what I'm telling you right now.
Don't interrupt me. Let me finish. What you basically said, TBI has it. TBI knows, but TBI is trying to make sure that they fully investigate whatever happened plus everybody involved. And, you know, it runs pretty deep. So they're sitting on it to possibly be able to make a bigger bust, which will benefit these children who are being trafficked and harmed. Does that make sense?
So here's the thing.
That's what you.
It's just, as the law enforcement said it. The law enforcement already given it away. The reason
Ernie,
this case
don't
is
yell.
so hard is the players. What you all don't understand is
I
what
agree.
the players are. You don't understand what the players are. You don't understand the code for what they're using when they say players. That's what you're saying. Everybody thinks it's YouTubers and all this other stuff, or thinks that these people that knows all this and they're keeping it around circles. What this is going to end up to, unfortunately, Summer Wells was already part of a ring anyways, okay?
Well, I mean, Pete,
that was already exploited out there. You know what? You know what done away with that? Let me tell you what done away with that. It's the fact that DCS or Child Services was getting ready to do an investigation on the whole situation with Summer Wells. That's what one of the main things was. It. Guess what? She's being molested. You don't think that they're going to find out about that? You don't think they're going to see all that stuff? Did you know that those burns on her wasn't cigarette burns? They were candle wax. It's candle wax burns. That's exactly what it was. The ones that they said is cigarette burns, and it could have been, some of them could have been cigarette burns. But most of it, as a child is young, 5, 6 years old, their skin is very fragile. Their skin is very fragile. It don't start toughening up till they hit puberty, okay? Their skin don't start toughening up until they hit puberty. So cigarette burns. Dawn Wells was a dominatrix, okay? Dawn Wells is all about the dom stuff. So think about it from that point about it. I'm going to quit talking about it. I'm getting all kinds of damn emails and messages.
Well, you know what, Ernie? There's no reason to. There. Look, I want to say this, Ernie.
Why do you think he had to take showers with her?
I'm not.
You remember when I listen? You remember when I brought that out about the showers? Remember that? And Candace?
Yes. Yes.
That was a big thing, wasn't it? Everything I've done in this case,
like,
everybody goes back to my interviews and the stuff.
Candace acted like that she did not know that Dawn said that.
Exactly.
Right?
And then what happened when I capitalized on it? She was like, oh, she lost it. Candace lost it. That's not the only time she's lost it. But anyways, I'm gonna bow out on that.
Well,
I'm not gonna talk about somewhere else.
Ernie, let me say this. I just asked a question. I don't want you to feel like you got to get upset or, you know, get out of breath.
I got friends involved in law enforcement. I got friends involved. I'm gonna say this. I got acquaintances that I know that are TBI agents, and I'm just saying I'm bowing out with it. I hope the best for it. I wish the best for it. I hope God puts his hand on this case, which I think that in around September, October, you're going to see some things changing. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I hope so, Ernie. I really hope so. I hope that, you know, the thing about it is, I don't want to think about Summer in that condition. So until that comes out, I don't want to think about that. You know what I mean?
Why do you think they're talking about boxes for and remains
I know,
for?
right now.
Think about it. Think about it. It don't take a rocket scientist. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. You don't think Don's done enough time in jail and the people he hung with to know how to disassemble a body, knowing that there's 2 ways to identify bodies and stuff? One thing they have to do, part of the skull, part of the jaw, their teeth, stuff like that. You think that's going to be on the same purpose? No, it is not. It's not going to be found at the same place. That's going to be scattered. But how did they get it that way? Think about that. What was the cause of death? Think about that. Everything I've said that Candace said, it lines up. Everything lines up. You believe what you want to believe when it comes out. I believe it's going to be a heinous murder, and it's already premeditated anyways. So let's just see what happens. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, you don't have to holler at me about it. I'm listening to what you're fucking saying.
I'm not meaning to holler, but it gets on my. Don't you think it wears on my nerves and stuff too as well? You have to understand.
I'm sure
I sat there with Candace. I sat there with Candace, knowing that she had something to do with her kid, knowing she had something to do with her missing child, knowing that. And I sat there and I had to put a face on and I had to be a deceiving bastard and I had to be this evil person to other people just to act like I was going to be nice to her. Did you think that's what I ever wanted to do? No, I wanted to take her. I wanted to put her head first in a wood chipper somewhere along with Don Wells. That's what I was thinking. That's what I wanted. But you know what? This society in this day and time in the world, you can't do that to people. But I'm telling you right now, my family treated them a hell of a lot different than what we do. Anyways, I'm done. You all be safe. Much respect. God bless you all. Thank you all for fighting a good fight.
Ernie, I didn't mean to make you upset. I didn't mean to make you yell or anything. So I just want you to know that's just me. I ask a lot of questions. That's just me. And
well, I'm just telling you my point about it. I don't like predators. I don't like with them.
Well, I get it. I get it. So keep predator hunting, man. For real.
No, I'm not doing none of that right now.
But be a little bit nicer to the fucking girls and quit doxing them and shit, okay?
I'm not doxing nobody. I'm doing my own thing. I got bigger, better things to do right now, and I'm working on it. And yes, and later on in time, will they see it? Yes, they will. But much respect. Have fun. Be safe.
You too, Ernie. Later. Oh my God. Where's this emoji? I need this emoji right now. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the little emoji where they're hitting themselves in the head? I thought I had it. Boy, you're passionate, Ernie. Very passionate. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take that wheel. Take that wheel. Well, that's the thing. I just asked to have a conversation about Summer Wells and ask a few questions and, yeah. So, Ernie Shell just told everybody exactly how he feels about the Summer Wells case. And he's done with it. So I've heard him say that before, though. I really have. I've heard you say that before, Ernie. But let me tell you guys something. I don't know if I would, and I'm not an investigator. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's see. Where am I? Let me get out of some of these. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. Here. Let me find it real quick. Let me find it. Let me get my little girl down there. Oh, here it is. This is what Ernie said about me. Ernie, don't forget what you said about me. You were going to put me on your wall. Remember?
I'm like, you're taking it apart. You're doing things that other creators have never done in this case. And I'm actually like literally getting ready to put you on the wall and like tell everybody to come watch your show and channel because you're taking it apart. You're doing like, so my question, I guess, is, do you have any sort of type of investigation skills or something? Because you're doing it just like what a private investigator would do. You're taking all parts and you're working through it instead of just taking one part and running with it. You're actually showing all the parts, which I'm really impressed. And I'm not just saying that just to say that. I'm really impressed with that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Ernie. I appreciate it, Ernie. What happened? What happened, Ernie? That was all I was doing. What you just gave me credit for. And it made you angry. You got angry. What is wrong? You've been flipping out the last couple days. For real. You got pretty triggered there for some reason. Yes, Constance, you're the one who said grooming. That's why I titled it Getting Groomed by Ernie Shell. I was like, I'm going to keep that. I need a boost every once in a while. So funny. So funny. Okay, we need to get back to Debbie's Poopy. There's Poopy, Debbie. Oh, Debbie left. I forgot. All right, you guys. I've got 15 minutes. Well, I got 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So, Lord help us, Jesus. I don't know what I deserved, Ernie, 2 days in a row. But I got him for sure. For real, for real. He's like, people are texting me, telling me to get off here. I'm like, dude, I'm not saying fucking anything, do you? Everything's got to be top secret. It is top secret. And yeah, I'm not going to do it today, and I may not do it tomorrow. But I do have the phone conversations transcribed that were put out on social media between Ernie Shell, some are with Candace, and some are with Dawn and Candace. So, whatever, wooty-doot. Yeah, he started hollering at me. I'm like, why are you getting so fucking loud, dude? Calm down. Calm it down. Just calm it down. For sure. But no, I have to say, I'm not into talking about summer in that way. I'm just not at all. Sent who $1? Sent her $1? Oh, Ernie sent her $1? Well, let me tell you. I mean, if you look at the game that he's telling everybody he played, that was a pretty good game, I have to say. I mean, but then again, I don't know why he, why you shouldn't, when you do things for people, you shouldn't have to brag about it. For real. You shouldn't have to brag about it. So, oh, he just scammed somebody else, Barbara Walters. Well, he's done a lot of things. Go over to Constance and check out Constance's playlist. And I mean, Traders has got stuff on Ernie. I probably have stuff on Ernie. I just don't, I'm sorry. I just can't. I've talked more about Ernie in the last couple days than I've ever talked about Ernie. For real. And that's what I said. The only real thing I wanted to talk to him about was the Summer Wells case. And I don't think he liked the questions I was asking him. Right? Oh, you're welcome, Constance. Kels is welcome too. Like I said, you guys got history with him. So I don't have that history with him. But I've sat and watched what he's done. No DNA was found where? Are you way behind Life's a Dance? I don't know. I asked him about the DNA. I asked him a couple questions. But no, Lisa K. I did not want him to be on my panel and be arguing with you in chat. Because then he wouldn't have listened to what I was asking him. It's fine if you've busted him out lying. I mean, really. You say you show it, show it. But yeah. I'm not going to have him on my panel and arguing with you in chat. He could come over to your channel for that. So, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to ask him about the motel for real. I would think if Ernie's this big shot, who knows that that was happening at that motel, he would have been showing people at that motel and interviewing them long before now. I said the same thing, Flies. That's what I told Ernie. Why you think all of us girls on YouTube think Shelby Shell's a fucking hero? I mean, not all of us think that he's a hero. I don't get it. Ernie's not a hero either. They're going to fight about who's a freaking hero. Oh, Maxine, Auntie Sherry. Hey, Auntie Sherry. Well, all right. I have to say this because I always do. Don't go show any hate to anybody who was up here today. No sense to do that. I really don't like, when people use my content to go after somebody else. But it happens when you're caught in a lot of contradictions. Then, the shark, Poopy the shark is like, wait a fucking minute. I think I need to check this out. I don't care. I don't care if I'm attacking Ernie. I have more fun talking about Ernie. I don't attack Ernie all the time. I just say what's out there. So if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I'm probably one of the channels who has went the easiest on Ernie Shell. So go back and watch it or whatever. I don't care. I do not care. Yeah. If she don't like it, she don't have to be over here. I mean, that's her opinion. If that's her opinion and that's what she thinks, then she don't have to hang out. It's all good in this hood. I can tell you that. So, well, he was just talking. He was being loud. I'm not going to spend my time like the dance talking about Ernie. Nobody needs to get any information for me on Ernie Shell. Sorry, he's not going to be the topic of my conversation. Anything that I have of Ernie Shell, guess what? I already have it. Or I will go to Constance's and watch it. So, what the fuck ever. They can go to channels that do talk about Ernie and have history with him. I do not have history with Ernie Shell at all. I don't know what he's doing at the motels. For sure. For sure. So you must not pay attention because, like I said, I am not here to run around and find anyone who is contradictory in what they say. But you feel free to do them. I'm telling you right now, when did Lisa get doxxed in my chat? When? When? Did Lisa get doxxed in my chat? Any of my mods? Because I don't allow people to be doxxed in my chat. At all. And if I would have seen it, I would have got fucking shitty about it. Oh, she's arguing with Ernie? I thought she was arguing with me. Ernie's not even up here anymore. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I fucking told Ernie no doxing. Ernie didn't dox anybody. I didn't see it. Not here. I don't like people being doxed. I had a whole fucking conversation with Ernie about it. Crazy. All right. Maybe Ernie made me a little feisty. For real. Thanks a lot, Ernie. Bring that fucking high stress mojo shit over here. Thanks a lot. That'll happen. That'll happen. Me too. Me too. We need a little song. We need a song. Let me find it. Let's chill, everybody. Right on out. Let me find us a song. Here you go. This will chill everybody out. Hang on. Let me find it. We got commercials. I know, for sure. All right, this is a song, and I haven't heard it for a long time. So if it's not good, I apologize. It's Cypress Hill. Damn, I need that for my theme song. Go on to Lisa's Life a Dance. Blow her a kiss for me. I don't have a problem with Lisa Kay at all. But like I said, and I will triple dog down on it, it's really uncool when I'm trying to have a conversation, especially with Ernie, that you got to keep him focused, because if he looks at a chat, he ain't going to fucking talk to you. He's going to fight with somebody in chat. I did not want him fighting with you, Lisa, in my chat. If you can't understand that, I don't know what to say. Now, I kind of apologize for the mix-up in the murders. You know, he's definitely triggered. He is definitely triggered. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what to tell him, but, you know, I think, you know, we all kind of look at Ernie as the underdog for some reason, and, you know, all that other to-do stuff. But no, I don't really follow Ernie around. You know, so everybody else knows about Ernie. I know a little bit. I know a little bit. But I'm learning a little bit more. But anyhow, you know, no, I'm sorry to tell you guys, Ernie's not going to be a big topic of this conversation. Now, granted, I may put together, you know, some of stuff that I have, maybe a phone call or whatever, and talk about it sometime, but no, it ain't gonna happen. Can't do it. I am not letting anybody live in my brain for rent free. It ain't gonna happen. He jumps on panels because he said he controls everyone's panel. Freeze him out or call ICE to deport him back to his land of make-believe. Well, like I tell people, I want you to know, I know how Ernie is. I know exactly how he is. But I just, you know, I try to have fucking conversations with people. That's it. Well, you don't have to stay here, Life's a Dance. You can leave. I'm not telling you got to stay here. You can go watch whoever you want. For sure. I mean, have fun. Have fun watching her. But I don't even know what more they can freaking say. Both of them's calling each other a liar. You know, and that's just going to keep going on and on and on and on. It's like either you believe he's a fucking liar or you don't believe he's a liar. Can't figure it out. I don't understand it. But, you know, I hope Lisa gets what she's working for. For real. I mean, it's pretty fucked up when you invest your time into somebody like that and something like that. There's a lot of time invested in that. So, well, Ernie is Ernie, you guys. And one thing I'll say about Ernie, you know, it's like the more people say about Ernie, the more females flock to Ernie. And there's always going to be somebody, you know, giving Ernie some love or whatever. But no, I could not help but to ask about the DILDOs in the Yardo. I couldn't help myself, you guys. I apologize. I couldn't help myself. So, all right. I'm getting my ass off here. I've been on here 3 hours. I am really tired. You know, I hope everybody the best. I hope that everybody gets whatever end result they're looking for. I wish people would quit doxing other people and putting out their, you know, information. And I don't think, you know, I don't know though. But no, I don't want no doxing over here for sure. Well, Dr. Nick, I can diagnose myself, but thanks anyway. You're fine, Life's a Dance. You're fine. Look, I apologize if I sounded bitchy. I thought you were talking to me because Ernie was already gone. So I thought you were talking to me. So I apologize for taking that wrong. I'm a little tired. I'm pretty easy going over here. So I do apologize if I sounded feisty. After listening to Ernie, I mean, the dude is like, you know, I think after talking to Ernie with him, with that tone he had and everything for a long period of time, I would probably have to get a brain check too. I'm just saying. For real. For real. The world's worst shitter is live. Oh, is Ernie live? That's okay. Ernie can go live. I don't care. The motherfucker better not say that I treated him badly, because I didn't, Ernie. You're the one who was hollering, not me. For real. They were yes or no questions. You just didn't want to answer the questions I was asking. Why? Why not, Ernie? For real. For real. No, Dee Dee, I apologize, Lisa Dance. I do. For real. Hang on just a second. Yeah, I apologize. I do. I did try to be fair to him. I just like having conversations with people. You can have conversations with people without being an asshole. Well, I'm not saying that people who have conversations with him are assholes, okay? So nobody needs to take that and flip it around. His cursive talk didn't fly. Well, I'm the person who sits and, you guys know me. When we go over interviews, it's like for an hour interview, it takes me 3 hours to go through it because I'm continuously rewinding it to hear exactly what they say. And, that's how you start asking questions. Oh, the three? Well, no. I mean, the math wasn't mathing, Sandy. The math wasn't mathing. Because he was like, yeah, we did that. They were, okay. They were saying that, a 5-hour time period. And I did I could pull it back up where he talked about it. And he was like, I was about an hour away or something. And I said, but Ernie, if it's 5 hours and you're an hour away, then to go there and back, that's only 2 hours. So what's up with the 3 hours? And it pissed him off. But maybe I misunderstood what he said. For sure. So I don't know. I don't know. But he needs to remain calm and chill out. For sure. Because you guys know how I am. People can give me their opinion about anything they want. I don't get shitty about it. I mean, if that's what he truly believes happened, then he can believe it. That doesn't mean that I'm going to think the same way he is. Think that could have happened. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But quit bullshitting around. I mean, fuck. The couple questions I asked him would have not been a big fucking deal for him to answer it. For real. It's like, dude, the shit I'm asking you ain't top secret fucking information. But honestly, you guys, I did not ever feel that Ernie would ever have a decent conversation with me about Summer's case. I already knew that. So, what happened didn't surprise me any for sure. But I'm going to go to the restroom. I'm going to go see what I'm going to pick on for dinner. And you guys are going to go wherever you want to. And again, to anybody, yes, I have resting bitch voice. And, honestly, I think Ernie really got me fired up. I mean, fuck. That dude will get you fired up. I ain't lying. I mean, damn. I turned into a bitch. Ernie, never again. Never, ever. All right. Thank you, Crazy Chicken Lady. Thank you, Mods. Thank you, Flies, for hanging out. Thanks, everybody who came in, gave your opinion on Ernie. Constance, Kells. Glad you guys came up. Appreciated it. I don't know if I sounded bitchy to anybody else or not. I will apologize for it, though. For real. And I mean it. I mean it. I will not take it back. Ask about the, yeah. I mean, crazy, crazy. Thanks, Bird. All right, you guys, peace out. Have a good one. Go do you. Have a good time. It's Saturday night. I'm just going to be chilling in my humble abode. I'm going to go out, check on the kittens since they had their dinner tonight, see what they're up to. So, me too. I do too. I do too, Sandy. I do. I have degenerative spine too. For real. It sucks. All right. Peace out. Flies. Hope you get to feeling better. Debbie Ho, wherever you went. I don't know what you're doing, but have a good time doing it. Everybody else, you know, try to have a little bit of fun. Have some fun. It doesn't hurt. So I will catch you guys later. I'm definitely wanting to do the Steven Stearns thing. I forgot about that. So we'll get to that. And Crystal, I forgot. Crystal, Go Case Crystal's got a new channel, but she didn't tell me the name of it. So, Flies, make sure, are you still here? Make sure you drop your link. Drop your link, lady, if you're still around. I've got 50 tabs pulled up as usual. Oh, thanks, Sandy. Well, like I said, people can take it and do whatever. You know, if they find contradictions in anything he says, then they can feel free to do that. I just never have time to do that stuff. I'm just here to have conversations. I'm not here to prove the conversations are a lie. I don't know what the name of her channel is, but drop your link real fast. Drop your link. And did you find Crystal's new one? I don't know if Crystal's I can't remember what she said. Him and Nick bring out the very worst in you. Well, I don't, you know, the thing about it is, I guess that, you know, I don't, if I feel like that about somebody, I just don't watch them. Yes, supposed to be going to Flies. Crystal, I'll drop your link next time, darling, because, oh, you're getting it right now? Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, go check out Crystal. Crystal, my girl, Crystal. Yeah, I thought it was a good the conversation that I had with him, I thought was okay. For sure. But Ernie's Ernie, and for some reason, out of everybody, did he just, Lisa K triggers the fuck out of him. She triggers him bad. So, but I mean, thank you. You got to remember, if Ernie's trying to do better, and he does have I don't know if this stuff is true. So nobody needs to tell me. I'm just saying, if he's got a job and he's trying to fucking improve himself, I would think, you know, he wouldn't want people calling his job and shit, saying he's a freaking red rummer. I'm just saying, for real. But I don't know. I just want everybody to fucking be a little bit kind to each other. Now, I'm not talking about Ernie's relationship with some of the ladies on YouTube, because to each their own. I mean, from what I've heard, he said some pretty fucked up shit about some of these ladies, and I do not blame them at all for dogging his ass. For real. But you guys know what the fuck I mean. All right. I'm getting my ass off here. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And come and hang out again. But, you know, please, I am not going to have Ernie Shell as, you know, an everyday item. I'm just going to let you guys know that. So, all right. Peace out, you guys. Have a good one. Thank you again. Thank you so much.